All right, let's get this thing going, right? So how do we do it? What do we tell everybody that we're...
Well, you gotta announce who you are and your channel and who you're interviewing. And
See, he does this all the time.
man, you gotta be professional. Here we go again.
Welcome to the Nose Game Recovery Podcast, where we interview and have discussions with real trackers and get to hear their unique stories of them tracking with their dogs for hunters. We are going to mainly focus on the real stories and then a little bit on training. So if you guys have any questions that you'd like trackers to answer, please ask them in the comments, and I will try and ask the next tracker that's on these questions. If you are a tracker and would like to be on the podcast and have some unique stories, please reach out. I'd love to have anybody on. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps the channel out. Just take off and just start. Isn't that how Rogan does it? Or does he have a beginning thing?
Yeah, it's like got a monkey sound and stuff.
What
This is a
reason
Joe
you
Rogan
know.
experience. Remember?
He's got Nate Diaz on there. Oh, man. Alright. Welcome to the Nose Game Recovery, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm James Gordon. Rest Easy Tracking, Deer Recovery.
I'm Josh Gunn. I'm just here.
Yeah. Yeah, you're back for number 2.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. You want to talk about your dogs again?
No.
Well, let's get into it. Let's talk about some tracking. What's your favorite track? Let's start on a good note.
My favorite track would probably be my wife's track this year.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the one that went on the neighbor's property or something?
Yeah, and the deer about got stolen. And
Yeah.
Yeah. So she called me at 9 o'clock, said she just shot a doe. I asked her what the reaction was. She said, well, kind of mule kick. I said, well, what did it do? She said, it half ran, half walked into the woods. I'm like, all right, well, what are you going to do? I'm going to stay here a couple more hours and maybe another deer will come out and then I'll go look. Okay. So 2 hours later, she calls me. I ain't got no blood. I'm like, yeah, 243, sounds about right. So, I think it's like 12:30. I load up, meet her out there. During that time, I was having a lot of problems with rifle shot with Martin tracking. Like, he tracked, but he just didn't roll down the line. So, started Martin. Didn't look good. It was only like 100 yards in, and she's like, look, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't think the steer's dead.
Like search behavior or like...
Just not
like
locked
critting?
on rolling down the line.
Some more search
Like I'd like
behavior.
to see. Not so much search behavior, because it's a line, but it's not locked down, hold on, we're going for a ride.
Gotcha.
It's back and forth, more bracketing stuff. So she's like, well, if you don't think I hit the deer, we can call it. I'm like, we ain't even started yet. Like,
Yeah.
We're going a long ways before I call it. It's head straight for a gravel road.
We're in 5 minutes in, not 2
Yeah,
hours.
we're only 5 minutes in. I know you're not seeing blood, so you're nervous. So we roll through that for a good little ways, and then he shows me a bed. Didn't see no blood in it, so I grabbed peroxide, started spraying it. Hey, we got some bubbles. Cool, we're on. Marked that. Rolled on again into some cedar trees. Thick. They got my in-laws got a pond there, and it's like between the gravel road and the pond, and it's like crawling your hands and knees thick. So we're crawling through. He shows me another bed, 2 more beds in there. Crosses over their driveway into the next patch of woods. Rolling pretty good, and then all of a sudden throws his head up. I'm like, oh, we got something. Boom! He rolls over, and then he looks over his shoulder at me and starts backing up. I'm like, so I go check, and it's a pile of deer. Somebody's been throwing deer on my in-laws' property across the fence, and there's a pile of them in there. So I
Like
called-
meat on them and stuff?
Meat on them, hides on them, like.
Heads missing?
And I didn't look too much because some of them stunk pretty good.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we took him back to where he looked good, back up by the road, restart him, boom, away he goes. And it's about 200 yards to this little bean field. We got in the little bean field, and as we come into the bean field, we see a truck just lock up its brakes, and 2 guys bail out and start heading across the neighbor's field. I was like, that's kind of weird. Because we kind of thought we knew whose truck it was. So my wife like kind of boogied out there and made her presence known, and they got in the truck and left. That's weird. Tried across the little bean field into a little patch of woods into the big bean field, and then there's an island about like 200 yards across the bean field, and he's heading to that. I'm like, why would this deer pick this wide open? And about 80 to 100 yards into that, he started hooking left to where that truck was, and it's just do. When I looked out, I seen a clump of something in the neighbor's field. So I had her scope it. It looks like a deer to me. And got to there, we've had issues with this neighbor, so it took me like 20, 30 minutes to finally get a hold of him. Yeah, if it's your deer, go get it. And took me there, but the whole track, there would not a drop of blood to be seen.
That's cool.
So by about stole her deer. She hunted all year.
You find 30 deer dead.
Yeah, I find 30 of them dead.
I had a track like that actually my first year, and it was like, I want to say it was the first track that Mark gave me, and it was the second or no, it wasn't the first track Mark gave me. No, it was the first real life track that Mark gave me. He gave me this layup. You know, we always get layups, right?
Yeah.
So I think it was the first legit one he ever gave me, and it was for one of his like good clients. And he just was too busy to get to it, and literally everybody else was too busy too. I don't think I would have got it anyways. That's the only way I got that one. And so deer was shot 5 yards, elevated, compound bow, female, and I think it was like 35 pounds, 40, whatever that low poundage. I'm not a bow guy, like low poundage. And she said it hit where you want it to hit, and then it looked funny, like it deflected into the guts is what it looked like it didn't go through, like it just boom. So I start diesel, and she said she's like, if here's the stand, she goes, the deer went like this way. I'm like, okay. Diesel went that way. I'm like, what the, and like she's like hauling ass that way. I'm like, nah, that's not okay. So restart that way, restart this way. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, what's going on? So I finally go over there, I downstare. I was like, where did you see the deer like crawl, like for sure at, like, because we didn't have any blood at the hit site at all. And she's like, right here at this, where it crossed this little creek. It was, I mean, it wasn't really a creek, it was a ditch. She's like, that's exactly where it went. So I put her right on that, and I was like, find it. I was rough. I was like, this time I'm mad because like this girl's waiting on me, and we're, you know, whatever. And Kelly was on that track with me too. But then she starts tracking. I'm like, cool, like we got her on, right? And she goes, I lost sight of the deer when it goes over this hill right here. I'm like, okay. And like, you know, I'm brand new, so I'm asking all of the questions I learned from the symposium, which I don't ask anymore. But one of them was, has a deer been shot on this property in the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks or anything like that? And they're like, no, we haven't shot one last week or two. Okay, cool. Well, we go over that hill. And like at first she's tracking like back down, like, you know, like a V almost, and then she just stops and just dips back down this way, and she's dragging me down this hill, and like it doesn't make sense, like behavior change, all that, like nothing's adding up. And like even me with no experience, I was like, this is not right. And like I'm fighting her on it, trying to restart her a bunch, and like, by the way, I'm restarting her after 10 yards. Like that's how green I am. Like this is bad. Well, in that valley was where they drop all the deer they've killed for years. It was like what they call their graveyard. Yeah, and there was 2 killed from like September, and I was there in like middle of October. Well, that's not a week or 2 ago, but they still had hide down there. They still had all this stuff. It was, oh man. So eventually I ended up actually just like taking her past that and sweeping her, and she has a beautiful head snap, and boom, off we were. But I was so, and then she chased a live deer on that track. That's when I had the live deer issue. And then I got her off the live deer, and then we went to a road where we didn't have permission to go across anymore, and we had confirmation at the road.
Yeah.
But it was intestine shot. Yeah. So I don't know how long it would take for the deer to die.
We tracked one 24 hours, and then 24 hours later, and then 24 hours later until it went to the neighbors. So we tracked her from one bed to the next bed, then come back 24 hours later, tracked her from that bed to another bed, then come back 24 hours later and track her to the neighbors.
Never got it?
I went to the neighbors. Couldn't get hold of them. We already told them they weren't allowed on our property because they were crossing the back fence and hunting on the backside of our property.
Isn't that aggravating?
Yeah, it kind of sucks. Like, it's a great little honey hole, but the landlord that owns the property is just basically saying, only you and your family is allowed on here, so we had to tell everybody, hey, you can't come over here and hunt. Now it's
Wishy-washy.
yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks for my wife when she hunts because now I got to try to.
Is the track from this year your all-time favorite with your wife?
I wouldn't say it's my all-time favorite. It was my favorite for this year. One of my favorites. There was a couple firsts this year. A couple good ones. All-time favorite would probably be our first year, which was last year. We got a call from the guy. He had shot a nice deer. They tracked it. Knowing what I know now, they jumped it. Tracked it.
Isn't that funny how you can go back and
Yeah.
as you gain more experience, you look back and you're like,
Huh.
I was so stressed out the entire time the story doesn't match anything that was going on. Or, yeah.
Why
Or
is
whatever.
this blood still wet?
Yeah. Yeah. They swore they didn't grid search, but my dog took 84 lines.
Yeah. No, he was still very much a pup. He was 10, 11 months
Yeah.
old on that one. So we start to track. We get to a point, and he rolled out from a hit site for about their blood, to about their last blood, just shoo, and he hooks a right, and he starts working off that way. He didn't look right, but he killed, first year, so I kept following, and finally it was like, well, before we called you, he told me about blood tracking dogs, and I got a duck dog. So I brought my duck dog out here, and we were all over here with him. So we did a big loop, come back, and I restarted Martin. When I restarted him, he hooked a left this time instead of a right. Bed, a little bit longer bed, and then it would go like 100 yards, no physical sign. Boom, bed just full. Another 100, 200, 300 yards, it seemed like nothing. I'm starting to doubt again, getting ready to like, man, this doesn't look good. I'm going to restart. Boom, another bed. And we tracked that thing almost back to where he shot it.
Those are my favorite kind of tracks.
All the way around to a pond. And right before we got to the pond, there was a dead tree, big tree, and there's blood smeared all the way down this tree where that deer drug himself over it to get to the water. It was a gut shot. At that time, that was our oldest track, and it was like 38 hours old, and we found him in the pond. Well, almost did. Like, we went to the pond, Martin went into the pond, sank up to his chest in mud, and then he's just looking around, and I went in, and I happened to look right, and when I did, I seen it land, and Martin was trying to drag himself through the mud to it, but that was probably one of my favorite, because I had to trust him. There was no...
Well, I mean, you had beds at 200 yards, 300 yards.
When your first season, 200-300 yards,
That's a long
you
time.
haven't seen nothing.
Yeah.
You start saying,
I
okay,
say
he's
that,
off.
and I pulled
He's
Emmy
off.
off today at 80 yards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And
So
then
I tease you,
wasn't
but I
dropping
did it
paper.
today.
Yeah, I didn't drop paper during that time. Restarts,
Yeah.
unless it was like.
And Martin hadn't proved
Clear.
himself yet.
Yeah, then we would do, but
Do you
then
feel like
it
that was the
just
first track
go.
that you really started to gain the trust
Yes,
for him?
that
Yeah, it
built
makes
my
sense.
trust. That was my track that after that was over with, every track after that felt like it was like, I'm going to follow this dog
Yeah.
until he tells me not to. And it paid off for a lot of it. Just
And like,
follow it.
yeah, I think that's part of my headache. Like, it's not dog behavior that's making me struggle with Emmy. It is in a sense, but like, Diesel was consistent, like, very, very consistent, and Emmy is. He'll tell you, like, one day she's fast, the next she's slow. One day it's nose down to the ground, like hauling down a line. The next it's like, whatever, and like we get there, and then like the next time she's completely screwing around. So like every time I see a new behavior, I'm like, I don't want to trust it because this is brand new. Like I'm not like I don't know what's going on. Like I want to see consistency. There's no consistency with her yet, and that's been a struggle.
That's how Cheesecake was for the first 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I had practice season, she was doing amazing. Then season starts, and then heat cycle started, and then she never ever got trained on restarts because she never messed up in practice. So then we're doing restarts in real life, and she doesn't understand what those are.
Yeah.
We get that figured out, and then we hit rut. And I think we hit adolescence in rut.
Yeah. We did our first year.
And then I stopped tracking for about 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was like 2.5.
You
But
didn't track through it? You didn't try to fight through it?
no, it was rifle season. My mom loves
yeah.
rifle hunting. It's her birthday, and I was like, I'm just gonna go rifle hunt with my mom.
Yeah.
So we went rifle hunting together, and then after that, calls just dropped off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I had 2 calls after rifle season. That's it.
Yeah.
So no 3. I gave you 1.
Yeah.
Right, the Illinois track.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That wasn't during rifle season.
It was after though, right?
No, it was right before it.
Oh.
Pretty sure it was right before it.
I stopped tracking the weekend before, right? Like
Okay,
around
yeah.
that time.
I think it was right before. It was like a Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, rifle season was probably Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I stopped tracking.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, which I would have went on that one. I was actually wanting to go on that one.
No. It's because then
So.
Tom didn't go on that one. There were snakes everywhere. Snakes all over the place. We found 3, 4, 5 of them.
I remember
Well,
you saying that.
Yeah, they were everywhere. It was pretty cool. The hunters were scared of them too, and I'm walking down the line with a black snake. I'm like, look what I got! They're like, don't bring that over here. Okay, I'll let it go.
They're like, do we call a dog that tracks snakes or a dog that tracks deer?
The dog didn't even notice the
No.
snakes. She was right by them.
He's able to fight them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, when Benelli in EV2, every time I catch a copperhead, I'll get them close and I'll punish them severely when they get close, just to keep them away from
I mean,
me.
that's what they do in like Arizona and Texas and stuff.
I
I
know,
was
so
watching their, who was it, Kevin? I think it was Kevin. No. Who's the blue lacy guy down there?
Kevin Nolan.
I think it might have been Kevin Nolan who posted it on there. But I don't think it was him. It might have been him. But they posted a video online of them doing snake training because they got them so bad in like lower Oklahoma.
Was it
Mm-mm.
No, I
It
thought
wasn't
it was
JJ.
Lindsay Keefe.
No, it wasn't Lindsay Kiefer. No, it was one of the blue lacy guys. There's like
Gotcha.
3 of them because I was going to get a blue lacy instead of Emmy. So I have all of them and all that. I should have got a blue lacy. Don't get a hound.
Or chocolate.
Yeah, or a chocolate hound. Yeah, stay away from them too.
Just get a black dog. You
No, I'm gonna get a Dalmatian for my next one.
He don't want to get a mutt. Them black labs are mutts.
Yeah, I'm here. Mhm.
That's a hit at Tom, in case anybody's wondering.
It's hard to agree with the facts.
Uh-huh.
Disagree with the facts, I should say.
Labs to the back.
Here we go. We can agree. Let's get them.
Thought you ran this podcast.
Oh, man. What was your hardest track?
Oh, it was a non-recovery.
Those suck.
Yeah, it fooled me. It was pretty early on this season. Got a call. He thought he hit it good with a like air crossbow.
Mm.
With an air crossbow.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was 60-some yard shot with this thing.
Of course it was.
It was this blind, a road, water hole, and up on the hill. And he said he just had enough time when it came through. They stopped between 2 trees and he shot. We started that track 12, 14 hours later. And that deer backtracked on himself 3 or 4 times. Went to another watering hole, went in the watering hole, turned, went out the other side of the watering hole, went around the watering hole, and back up underneath of a tree on the back side of that watering hole. It was the craziest thing. I had blood here, blood here, blood here, and blood underneath that tree. That was a cool one to see. He did a lot of backtracking, looping around on himself. It was the hardest one to date that I've done. Like everybody talks about, oh, I tracked one, it backtracked out of its bed, it's already did loops. It's like, man, I really like. Well, we did that.
Oh, so majority of those, for me, have been all non-recovery deer that live.
I believe it was brisket.
Yeah.
The blood made me think liver because it would be like red and then dark. It was like a mix, the same spot, but it had 2 different, some this colored and some the color of the light on there. And I said, what the heck? So we tracked, that guy was a correctional officer, and after about 1.3 miles, He said, look, man, I'm exhausted. I haven't slept, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, I'll come back tomorrow. And I ended up coming back the next day, and we took another 800-900 yards, and he stood up in the CRP field on us finally. And he's like, there he is. And I was like, he's moving pretty good. I think he's all right. We done tracked this thing almost 2 miles, and yeah, his cash out didn't work, and he got a lot of work for free.
How
I
does
would
it?
say, the experience behind my dog was worth it to me. I mean, we get to see him work that stuff out. There was a blood, I'm guessing blood clot. It was purple. Purple, just a chunk of purple was the last deal that we seen on a leaf. And then after that, well, the first night when we come out, he tracked it all the way. Was tracking, and then he locked up and went into point on top of the hill, staring down this hill. I was like, I think your deer's down there. I said, we need to leave it and come back tomorrow. And when we come back, when we walked in, I was taking him to start him on my last blood I had marked. When we were coming in, he head snapped, same spot, started staring down that hill. And I was like, I'm telling you, there's a bed or a deer down there, but let's run him up here. And we started him at blood, did a little bit of work, and just right to that spot, straight down that hill, straight to a bed. So the night before when we called it, that deer was laying down.
Yeah.
And took us to that bed, and then after that, we ended up about 900 yards later in a CRP field watching the deer run. I said, well, I'd get back in your stand. And the way where he bedded was about 200 yards below where he was shot at. And when he come back up, he walked right past that watering hole. This is the way Martin took us, right past the same watering hole, right in front of the stand, right down and around the corner to a CRP field.
That's the worst feeling watching them take off.
Yeah.
It's so hopeless. Like, see you later.
We did one in Illinois. That was our first one that we bit a live deer. We tracked that. These up from
Diesel's bitten a lot of deer.
Georgia. It was up from Georgia. Up from Georgia, called everybody. I think you was probably called on it, Marissa. Everybody within, everyone's called. Finally, I was like, I'll take it. It was 2 hours away from me.
I think because I had one. Somehow I was in your area when you were tracked. Because I bet you had Chinese that day.
Yes.
Wasn't it that day?
No, it was. That was. I have been in Illinois track that day, but that was private because this was conservation, so I couldn't go until 9.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we get there. It's almost 2 mile walking in, and I'm just letting Martin do his deal, just walking away, and he's just chilling on the trail, and all of a sudden he starts coming back to me, and I hear the hunter go, "Oh no!" I'm like, "What?" By the time Martin come up, skunk.
Oh.
He turned off that trailer right into a skunk that was in a brush pile or something straight. So we're walking. We still got like a mile to go of him reeking of skunk, and he wasn't crittering on it. He was just lollygagging down the road back and forth. And when he turned and went into there, the skunk was there. Well, then as we walk, we're walking and we think everything's cool, and all of a sudden we hear this hissing noise. What in the world? And that skunk had crossed the road and was over on this side. And he was running alongside of us, throwing his butt at us, going, and we would just like ignore him and keep walking. We'd hear it. He paralleled us for probably 50 yards.
Man, I think I ought to give a pop at that one.
So, anyways, we get there. He's shrieking a skunk. I get him all suited up. They were like, "Is he gonna go to the track?" I'm like, "I don't know. Never been sprayed by a skunk.
Yeah,
we're gonna find out." Then we hit the hit site. Let's get ready to start. By the time we hit start, I seen eyes, and I look, and there's a beautiful buck standing there. I'm like, "Is that your deer?" And he's like, "Oh, looks just like him." I'm like, "Well, what do you want to do?" So he takes off through there with his light at the deer, taking off after this deer. His buddy's yelling at him, "Get back over here!"
Pulls out his pocket knife.
Yeah, pretty much. He goes over, he says, "I don't see no blood." So he comes back. We start Martin, we roll through their last blood, and I instantly, as soon as we got through the last blood, I watched Martin. I said, "All right, how long did y'all grid search?" "Oh, a couple hours." I'm like, "Where have you not been?" "Well, we've been through most of them." I'm like, "All right, I need all y'all to come back over here. I'm gonna try to restart him here. I need everybody to stand here." "Where's last blood?" They had left a Zin can at last blood. So somebody take me to last blood real quick. "Oh, I picked up the can." So they spent like 15 minutes. They're over here looking for blood, and I finally just kind of brought Martin in the general location, did a water break, and started kind of working him around it. And they're still looking for last blood, and we worked out of their grid search into a little CRP field, and I had blood. So stopped them, yelled at them. We roll all the way 900 yards, 8-9 miles, to this dried out pond. Had blood in the dried out pond. The CRP field was like chest high. And there's a little trail through it. We was working that trail, and he gave me a proxy. And I told everybody, heads up, got a proxy. What's that? And I'm like, there's something in here that he
What
likes.
is Martin's proxy?
His proxy, it's almost like a point at times. Depends. Like he'll go into point, his tail stands straight up, and he'll raise one paw and he'll point if it's in a CRP field. If it's like I am close to it, then he just kind of, that front end comes down a little bit, and that tail locks up over top of his back, and you can basically tell, and he just...
Diesel will point very rarely, very, very rare, but she will occasionally, and the back leg comes up.
Yeah, he'll point. Anyways, he gets that proxy, and so I was like, hey, everybody gets looking. We go through here a little bit, and proxy, and he just kind of throws his head up, goes back over kind of towards the line where he's at, and starts tracking. That was weird. And so I'm watching him track, and he throw his head up, and he look back at the same spot and try to win. And he go down his four-wheeler trail, like a little four-wheeler trail a little more, go up his head and win. Something not right. And then he just threw his head up, looked at me like, I ain't got nothing. I'm like, what the heck? We're like 200-300 yards from that last proxy. And then he just turns and goes in the CRP that's taller than my head and just starts going. So I'm just flying through there, and I realize he's going right back to where we were. I'm frustrated by this point.
Yeah.
Get a little upset. Get back out and tell the hunter, look, take me back to last blood. Let's go. Onyx ain't working. My headlamp's going dead. I done gave the kid the head dead. Finally, I told the kid, I'm like, hey, I need your headlamp. You can have this one. Give me my headlamp back so I can see. And we're heading back, and by then the hunter kind of lost confidence that we're going to find his deer. So he turns to go towards last blood, and I remember these two little trees that were in this CRP field, so that's where the proxy at. So I started arching Martin back towards it, and the guy was like, what do you want, last blood or not? I'm like, yeah, hold on, I want to check this proxy one more time. We're going and going, and the lead goes slacking. And then I hear hide being pulled.
Yeah, you're excited.
I'm like, oh, hey, I got your deer. Or, well, you know, I'm already yelling, hey, we got your deer. And he's, what? And about that time, 15 foot in front of me, this thing stands up. Biggest deer I've seen. Staring at me. I'm like, Martin. And I reached down to grab the lead, and he was already there. Looked up at me and looked back at the deer and looked at me like,
He's big.
He's big. And the look on his face was just, what the heck? So
He's never had one stand up on him that close.
He's never had one stand up on him that close. Any of them that's been alive yet, it's been doe, and he just holds him down until I get on top of him.
Emmy had it happen this year already.
He'll grab a hold of a doe and hold her to. He likes does. I don't like to take on bucks. The buddy come up, shined his light on him. He's like, wow, he's bigger than what we thought. And the hunter comes up, well, where's he at? Where's he at? And we're all shining lights at him. He's like, where's he at? Where's he at? How do you not see him? He's right there. Well, he took off out of there, stumbled, and it looked like he fell again. I'm like, oh, he's bad hurt. So we eased up on him, but by then it's over chest high. And I'm like, I'm not taking my, the Epleys had just had their dog hurt.
Yeah.
So I got Martin on heel, basically choking him back. Like, no, you're not getting in there.
So I guess, well, for context, because no one's ever heard it on here, the Epley's dog was punctured, once or twice?
It was scooped up by a buck. I know that.
Yeah.
It got scooped up. The harness got stuck, from what I understand.
I haven't talked to him about all the
Heard it.
details. I'm wanting him on the podcast to
Yeah.
talk about it, and he's iffy about it. He said I can talk about the details of his thing, but he don't know if he wants to be on here yet.
Yeah. So that was pretty fresh in my mind. So I didn't want Martin getting scooped up by him. We was only running.
I'm surprised Martin actually backed off.
I
think it was
too.
probably the shot.
I think it was that, or I'm wondering when he bit if that deer didn't come back and hit him with his antler.
Just smacked him, kind of.
Smacked him with it, and it made him jump back like, holy crap!
Yeah.
Because he's normally pretty like.
He's
I
not.
figured he
He's
would've
not
tangled with him.
Yeah, he's not
soft.
He's not soft, but he's not aggressive either.
No, he's not gonna run him down.
I feel like because it was alive and big, he was just like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because when I
They're
was
doing math equations.
Yeah.
Like, I can't take this.
when I reached down to grab the lead to start reeling him in, he was there, and the look on his face, he was looking at me and looking back, looking at me and looking back, like,
That's surprising.
He just moved.
Yeah.
So we followed him for a little bit, and I'm like, guys, and at this point we had tracked him into a point that was a no hunt zone, but the woods right behind it was a hunt zone. I'm like, the only thing you can do is sneak out here. You get in there with your bow tomorrow, and you two guys.
Yeah.
You comb this, right? Here's your blood. Here's a blood trail. You all comb this and see. That's what they did. They jumped him up the next day. Couldn't get a shot at him. Called another tracking dog that apparently wouldn't do nothing. Then they got a hold of the Crockers, and Billy come out, and I believe they tracked it a little bit. So they had, within a 4-day span, they had 3 dogs, found a marking on it. Multiple times they tried reshooting this thing, and they tracked it. And so they called me one more, like, what do you think we should do? I says, 4 days after you shot this thing.
Yeah.
At this point, I was just torturing the thing. Leave him alone.
What was the suspected shot? What do you
his
think?
Shoulder. He was hitting the shoulder, yeah. You can see it right up here in the front of the shoulder.
I've only caught up to
red.
one.
Yeah. This year, lots of shoulders we laid eyes on.
Yeah.
He would take us 1.5 miles, 2 miles to the deer. And we could literally, there he goes.
That's not true. You caught up to my shoulder this year.
No, I meant like recovered
Oh, well,
deer in the tailgate.
if we could dispatch, man, we would have recovered her
We
easy.
could-
Yeah, if we could dispatch, we put a lot of deer
I
down.
would have tailgated a lot of shoulder shots this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, no
We put
kidding.
eyes on so many shoulder shots.
The one we actually got was the only one I pulled my pistol. No, it's not the one I pulled my pistol on. It's one that I pulled my pistol on and could have shot very easily, and that's because when it jumped up, I thought it was gonna come back and it was big. Like, yeah, but it didn't. Diesel bit that deer right. Like, I mean, she bit that deer. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a first for us this year to get bite one that was still alive. We ain't been charged yet. It's gonna happen.
I would love to
carry a
unhook.
knife.
I would love to unhook Emmy, to be honest with you. We jumped that one. So, guy.
You run off like.
you,
I ain't unhooking nothing.
why not, Josh?
You fly your drone real quick.
Man, I called him out of breath. Like, I was laying flat on my back under the trees. I'm like, dog ran off. I might need you.
No, he was worried. He was worried.
The farthest she got away from me was 1,100 yards. And we ran her down. We were moving.
And he wasn't tracking.
No, I wasn't tracking. No.
Catch a dog.
We were out shed hunting and the dog locked onto some live deer. And Evie just wanted to smoke, I guess.
How many times did you go to a track this year and tell them, don't worry, my dog doesn't track live deer?
All of them. She, in fact, does.
So I think my biggest question this year was they got to be the hunters are just being educated.
Yeah.
But I had more hunters ask me, well, what's your success rates?
Yeah. That's because the drone guys
You
advertise
know,
it.
what's your success rates? What's your as good as your shot? What does that mean? Let me come track, and at the end of it, I can tell you.
Yeah.
And there was one guy, oh yeah, blah blah, and I show up, and he's drunker than a skunk.
Yeah, I didn't hear this whole story.
He's drunker than a skunk when I show up. His buddy's there. His buddy wasn't there when he shot the deer, but his boy was. So the deer come out, straight frontal, the boy shot it. He's like 10, 11. Then it goes in the woods, it does a circle, comes back out, and the dad shoots it. I'm like, okay. So I show up, and the buddy comes out, shakes my hand, blah, 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 going, I just recovered one for one of their co-workers the night before. He shakes my hand, and I'm like, all right, well, who's my hunter? And here he comes out, and he's asking all these stoned, he's drunk, legs broke, we'll hop on the side-by-side, and we hop on the side-by-side, and we start rolling down the hill. Well, is he ever going to start this thing? straight for a pond with it, and I'm sitting in the back of Martin like, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. I'm just in the back looking at Martin like, well, boy, we're getting ready to jump. And then we start climbing a hill, and we still ain't started this thing.
Electric.
This thing's electric.
Yeah.
We're knocking down trees on this electric hill. We get up there, and he said, okay, my buddy's gonna go with you. I can't walk. Blah blah. And they're all, can we have headlamps? I'm like, yes, bring your headlamps. I said, if you don't mind, I'd like the boy to go with me. He's the only person here that's actually seen this deer. Oh yeah, if you're fine with it. And they're like, what do we do? All you do is keep your light on my dog. If you think you can, keep up. Look for blood. Call out blood.
So is Martin fast now?
Yeah, oh yeah. He's 11. He's always He ain't fast.
Yeah.
But I mean, the buddy was half popped, and the kid's like 10, 11 years old. The kid did great. The kid never left my hip. His light never left my dog. Like, he took that to heart.
Is that
Shine the light at the dog. If he turns around or anything, stand still and do not shine the light in his eyes. I could have turned my headlamp off. I didn't need it. That kid was just, boom, with a spotlight on the dog. So we tracked that one a good long ways and ended up coming to this huge thorn patch. And he showed up kind of like a proxy and started circling it and he shot up this hill. So we climbed up the hill with him, and we're all standing there, and right on the other side of the hill is like a subdivision, another houses, and we ain't got can't go there. And I was like, right now it's 24 hours after y'all shot this deer. If he was a full frontal plus complete broadside,
You're pretty far.
unlikely he's gonna be dead after we went this far. So okay, we radioed back the dad, said, hey, this is where we're at, this was a sign we see, we're gonna call the track. We turn around, and as soon as we come down the hill, he comes blowing out of that thorn bush that Martin had already circled twice. Mm-hmm. And the kid's like, there he goes! I'm like, well, see, that's why I wanted the kid with me.
Yeah.
So we get back to the dad, and I said, where did you shoot the deer? He goes, I said, or where did you hit the deer? He's like, I just shot the deer. I said, but where'd you shoot it? But I just shot it. I said, but where? I just seen brown in the scope, and I pulled the trigger, and I'm like, oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun one.
I thought what's the one? I never got to hear all the details to it. You had one who you went on a lunch break, and he was in a hotel.
Yeah. So I get a call. Hey, I shot this deer. Blah blah. From North Carolina. I'm on a lease. I'm like, okay. And he's like, can you come out today? I said, I couldn't be out until tomorrow after work because I had a track already, a couple lined up after work. All right, well, I'm not even sure if I hit it. Okay. So the next day he calls me. He's like, all right, here's my question. If I send you a pin, can you just go out and look for this deer? All I need you to do is send me a picture of your dog with this in the background. He had sent me a picture where he had said, with
stage your dog here.
Just set him here and take a picture, and I'll cash app you the money. That's all I need. Literally, I'll cash app you the money if you just take your dog, take it there, set it there, and send me a picture that you showed up.
Copy paste dog.
Yeah. What's it? Hey, Chat GPT.
And I was like, are you gonna be there? No, I'm not gonna be there. When I went out looking for him last night, I fell and I hit my knee, and my knee really hurts. So I'm like, I don't feel comfortable.
Showing up on somebody else's property.
You're from North Carolina on a lease here, and I'm looking at what he sends me, and it's a little plot of ground. I mean, it's like 40 acres.
And not only that, but like every majority of the out of town hunters I've tracked for were like, oh, we got permission, and they're like, hey, there's a camera there, let's go behind it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
let's go.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah. Louisiana, you're a problem.
So I was like, whatever, I'll do it. So I get there, and sure, I mean, he did great. The picture, you could literally see the twig where his blind had sitting there. I mean, his picture was perfect.
Yeah.
Get Martin out, take him that away, sit down, do my picture, stick my phone in.
Wait a minute, you did it?
Yes, I did.
He's like, I'm getting paid.
I'm getting paid. He offered me $200 to take a picture of my dog sitting in the field, so I said, okay, I'm going. So I bring Martin out, and he's like, where he went was these telephone poles. Power line poles. Okay. I bring Martin out. I don't even give him a command, really. I just started walking him in that general direction. All of a sudden, his head goes down. That kind of looks promising. We go down this trail, and he hooks her head stamps. Boom. Takes me a pile of blood. Hey, you hit it. Cool. Well, I guess I'll follow it until it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Goes away over here, almost back to the railroad, then down, and cuts all the way back across through this drainage ditch and scrap pile. Piles of trash and scrap. There's blood, one drop of blood in that area. Like, I seen blood. Like, Martin alerts on a piece of scrap metal. I'm like, oh crap, blood. Goes through all that, goes, I don't know why the deer did this. Like, instead of the way he was going, he could have went straight to where he died at. But he went, turned, cut all the way back to the railroad, then down, then across. Anyways, we're going, and no blood for quite some time. And all of a sudden, in a scrape, there's a pile of blood. Another good pile of blood. So, he goes past that a little bit and turns around and comes straight back to it. Cuts into this little cutout, comes right back to it. I'm like, something weird here. Well, that was a scrape of blood. The deer was dead right on top of the hill where I couldn't see him.
So you think the scent was just...
It just dumped down that. So he ended up finally climbing the hill and going over it. And as soon as he got to the top of the hill...
Did you push him up the hill or you take it on
No,
his
ever since you taught me that deal the year before last with where you brought Diesel out and pushed her.
Yeah.
I push him, but he's gotten pretty good about, I don't have
He'll
to
start
push
doing it on its
If
own.
he comes down and does more than 2 circles there, he's gotten pretty good about pushing himself on up.
It just takes time of him realizing it.
So he pushed over, and I'm still standing in the bottom watching him. I dropped the lead. I'm not climbing up there if he's coming right back down. Whoop! Tail stands straight up. Ears go forward. Body wiggles a little. I'm like,
Your proxy.
boom! I'm rolling up on top of the hill, and I get up there, and I'm like, what's he doing? He's just locked up, like, wiggling. And I'm like, what the? And then I look across the fence, and there it is. So I was like, that's probably a property line. Go get you some. Sit down, let me go over to tug for quite a while. Like, all right, cool. I'm going to go call this guy. Get no service, like always. Hop in the vehicle, drive all the way to the nearest town. Still no service. Find a hill in that town. Got service. I sat there and I called him, and I called him, and I called him.
He's not answering?
He's not answering. And I'm texting him. And I'm blowing.
You're not getting paid.
I'm calling
His
my
cash app
wife.
is broke too.
Yeah.
I'm calling my wife, and I'm like, yeah, well, I found this dude's deer. And she's like, it was actually shot. Actually, I'm like, yeah, he actually hit it. It's actually dead. Finally, he answers. And, well, I'm blowing his phone up, and then he sends me the address again. And I'm like, what's this guy doing? He finally answers. He's like, well, have you even made it there yet? Like, I done sent you the directions and the pictures and all. I'm like, hey, you want the good news or the bad news? The bad news. I'm like, well, I'll give you the good news. He's like, what? I said, the good news is we got blood. And he starts cussing me out. I mean, just blowing me up. And I'm like, hey, chill out. Look, this ain't no joking matter. This ain't funny. And I'm like, dude, get your lazy ass out of bed. I don't know this guy from Adam. I said, get your lazy ass out of bed and get out here and meet me. Okay. And then he calls me again. You ain't messing with me, are you? I'm on my way. I'm like, dude, this isn't something I joke about.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing. So he finally gets there and he gets out. He's like, is he big? Is he big? You got the whole Luke Bryan going on. Is he big? Is he down? So, and he's pretty loud. And he's like, man, my knee really hurts. How far is it? I'm like, oh, he's probably 200-300 yards from here if we go the way the crow flies. So I was like, if you don't mind, if you want to see where the deer went, I'll see if my dog will track the line again or if he's just going to cut it. And I took him in. I said, here's what I did. Showed him. Martin hit the line step for step all the way back to that deer. Didn't even try cutting the line up. Just step for step to every bit of it.
I mean, I feel like dogs who do practice tracks enough won't cut like that.
Yeah, because, it used to be a little bit. If we found the deer and I told him, all right, let's go back, he's going to go
wrong, Josh?
over to. Anyways, we get to his deer, and I was like, I'll help you get across this fence. There's a little plot of ground right next. Drove it across. It was literally jumped and died. Pulled it across, and I was like, got a bunch of pictures, and he's worth something to everybody. Take some different. Wait, let me take my hat off. How's my hair look? How does I'm just like, oh my gosh, still trying to give me hugs and stuff. I'm like, congratulations, this is a nice deer. Do you really think it's that big?
That question so irritates me because the truth is
almost every deer I track is bigger than anything I've ever shot.
That's what I told him. I said, I would have shot it. Bigger than anything I've ever shot.
But for the deer I've tracked, your deer's small, man. Like,
Yeah. If you want to go through the photos in my phone,
the deer I shot is small.
So we get it out. We get all the pictures. He's loving it. Can I pet the dog now? I'm like, yeah, now it's cool. He's got his tugs in, all that. He's loving up on Martin, high-fiving, woohoo. And I'm like, all right, well, he's like, man, I'll give you another $100 on top of what I'm already going to give you. You help me drag this deer out here. I don't drag deer.
Tom Monahan makes me do that for free.
Yeah, Josh does it for free.
I don't drag deer, but
Tom just calls Josh.
you are kind of here by yourself, so I'll help you. I said, but you got to field dress it. Oh, okay. I'm like, where's your knife? It's in my blind. I'm like, okay. Here, hand him mine.
I stopped
And
giving
he
him
grabs
knives.
the leg.
He
Grabs the deer, and I can tell he's looking a little nervous. He grabs the leg and he starts sawing the hair on the leg. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, all right, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never field dressed a deer in my life. I said, man, these $100 bills are starting to look good. Rolled up my sleeves. I was like, I'll give you another one. I'm like, dang. So I field dress it real quick, help him drag it all the way up to as close as I could to his truck. And I'm like, you can get your truck into here.
How did you drag it out with having Martin there? You make him hold Martin?
I think it's drag. Just let
Just
the
let
dog
Martin
loose.
loose.
That's what we do.
And
Yeah.
he doesn't bite the deer.
Ain't no
He
way.
leaves the deer.
Really?
Now last year, no. This year, I could drag deer. I could tell him to go sit over there, and they could field dress the deer. We could investigate the whole 9 yards or whatever, and he'd lay right there. And
Well, yeah,
he
but
wasn't allowed to step in front of his water bowl.
You're more of a precise trainer.
If he stepped in front of that
Yeah.
water bowl and he got a and then get behind. If he
Yeah.
didn't get behind,
Yeah.
then, ow, that hurts. I'm going back behind the
Emmy's
water
place
bowl.
is horrible. Diesel's place is pretty good. But when it comes to a deer, I don't think I could get Diesel to. It'd be hard to get Diesel to place. If I'm dragging one, Diesel ain't gonna. No.
No, now on the walkout, he likes to try to lick on it and maybe grab it.
No, my dog's dragging it backwards.
Yeah. Now last year, yes. Last year I carried a 6-foot long chain and chained him to trees so we could do it.
Yeah, I do that. I got
couldn't
that from
get
you.
him away.
I got that from you.
Now,
Yeah.
now it's just go place and
Yeah.
place me his place until
Yeah.
I tell you that you're free to come with us. Don't move. So yeah, I drove.
I think I could drag one out with. Well, I don't know about drag one, but I could get Emmy to leave one alone. But if we're dragging it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Back before I do the EIC thing with Benelli,
Yeah.
we tie her to the deer cart. She'd help us pull it out to the car.
I tried that with Diesel.
She don't care. I mean, she loves it.
So my favorite track, that one on Howe Island, my first year after training, that Ukrainian guy do that. I don't even have a video of that track, so that's not even on YouTube. I don't like that. That's my favorite track I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah.
So I get a call. I think it was my birthday. I think it was my birthday, or it was January 1st. It was either the day of my birthday or the day after my birthday. Anyways, I get a call at, say, 7 p.m. The guy comes in and he goes, I shot it in the shoulder. I watched it run off with the arrow in the shoulder. And, like, we lost sight of it, and I can't track it very far. There's not much blood. Like, there's almost no blood. I'm like, okay. I was like, well, we don't recover these deer. Like, this deer's not recovered. Like, this, we're not going to find your deer. I was like, but, I mean, I'm willing to come out. Like, I'm off work. It's fine.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, I want you to come out. And you could tell he's struggling to speak English and stuff. Like, he could speak English, but he's like, accent's real thick.
Of course, it was House Island.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
So, at 10 p.m., my wife takes a pregnancy test, and she finds out she's pregnant. And, like, dude, the amount of stress that just hit me, like, that was all that's on my mind. I'm literally, she goes, I'm pregnant. I go, we got to file bankruptcy.
That's it. We're selling a dog.
You think I'm kidding? I'm serious. She goes, we're not talking about it. We're going to bed. We literally laid in bed all night just staring at the ceiling and didn't talk to each other. So, oh man, that's hilarious. So the next day I get there. This is like January 1st or January 2nd, something like there. So we get to Howe Island at like 8 a.m. It's like 7 degrees outside. Anybody want to guess what the issue is?
Frost.
My dog would not track at all. And so let's say the deer basically went like this. She goes this way. She goes this way. She goes this way. And then like it's just like she's winding stuff. And she's not. This is when she was a bit younger, you know. So like she could wind a little better. But we found 3 dead deer that were probably dead for a month or 2. And like I'm
crazy with them being frozen like that. They'd have all that smell still. That she'd be able to wind the frozen deer, but not the frozen line. That just blows my. That's just my thought on it.
Yeah, I don't know, but she was finding that stuff. That's what she was finding. And then there was a section that she did get to that was not covered by like canopy. Like it was a field basically. I wouldn't even call it a field, but it had open canopy. And she showed tracking behavior. And I was like, that's interesting. Like this is good tracking behavior, but I'm not seeing anything. But like she's tracking. I'm like, okay. So but after like we went go camping again, nothing. And like I'm freaking out. I'm restarting her a bunch, and I'm like, dude, I just wish you'd take a line like from the get, you know, not 300 yards later, like from the get. So I take her back, and I'm calling Mark, and I call Josh, Ross. And I'm like, hey, you guys can you come out and track and da-da-da. And everyone's like, we're busy, like life, you know, whatever. Like, we can't. I think Mark said he could after work. This is before I had a real job. It's true. I just want to have my own business.
It's sweet.
Yeah, when I had my own business, I was able to track. So then I was like, all right, well, and Mark told me, he goes, just keep trying until I get off, but you're there too early, dude. And I go, what? He goes, scent freezes. And like, I'm one of those guys that have to learn. You can't just tell me, like, that's unfortunate, like, that's bad. I'm like, yeah, I've heard everyone say that, but like, does it? No, it does. They know this stuff.
The proof was right there in front of you.
Yeah. So we sat there, and that's what, when we go back to the hit site, I'm talking to Mark. I find the arrow. It's in the tree, and this is actually why I started bugging everybody. I was like, dude, you didn't hit the shoulder. The arrow didn't run in the shoulder. He's like, what? I was like, there's your arrow. It's in the tree. He goes, oh, that's where the deer was standing. By the way, the whole time he had me starting, we had no blood, was over here, and the start's over here. So we were completely off on the hit side, which is normal, right? It's normal. It's normal.
You always start at their hit site now and put your finger down and tell them to find it?
Yeah,
Depends.
Still. Yep. I'm changing that, but yeah.
Depends.
Don't do that.
If I see blood at their hit site, then
then
sure.
yes.
Yeah, but if there's nothing there,
I don't do
I'm like, are you
set
sure?
Here, start here no more either.
Yeah.
I'll stay behind you now.
I'll do an ice
Get
cream
in front
cone,
of
as
him
I
a
call
lot
it.
of
I'm starting to do that more and more.
I don't
Stay
mean-
behind.
I'll let him go and I set him and I'll stand behind him with the hunter, and it gives him more time to be. Because if I go and stand over there and I'm hanging out and he's focused on that spot, and the hit site's over here, if he's in front of me and I'm behind him, the time of him knowing we're going this, a lot of times he'll figure it out. Hey, it's over here, and I'll see his whole body shift, and he'll be set in this direction. I'm like, what tree did you think? And they're like, that one, that, you know. And a lot of times, if I just tell him, show me, he'll go in and hit the line.
Hit the line.
before.
Yeah.
So I learned that from doing that a few times and pulling down the wrong lines.
Right. Yeah.
Find it, find
So-
it, find it. We ain't finding
Yeah.
nothing.
No,
Because
yeah.
it's over there.
Yeah. I'm gonna change that up. But the arrow was a liver arrow.
Deliver.
It was 100% a liver arrow. So then like I'm really bugging people, and Mark's like, just sit down for an hour. He goes, you're out there too early. Like you need frost to like be gone. He goes, and if you still haven't found anything by the time I get off work, I'll come out. I'm like, all right, cool. So then we wait like, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. And like, it wasn't even, I didn't time it, but we're sitting there and like, he was just chilling, like walking around, just hanging out there. And all of a sudden it was just like, and like, she just started like, I was like, there's scent showing up. And we waited 15 more minutes and then I started her. I was like, we're not hurting nothing, waiting a little extra.
Yeah.
So I started her and she takes me right to that open canopy area, runs the exact same line and goes, so you know how island? What's that? You're outdoorsy kind of guy. What's that straw
I am?
crap? What's that straw crap that's out there?
Oh, on the islands?
Yeah. That bamboo looking stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
It's reed grass.
Yeah, that's like a straw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe that's reed grass.
And it's all real close together.
Mm-hmm.
So
That stuff's fun. Makes a bunch of noise.
Yeah. So she tracks past all this like crap, hits this reed grass, comes back a different line, and goes all the way past the canopy, like open canopy again, all the way. And like this is like an 800-yard line. Like it's not short. And then like she knows like 300 yards here, then like another 200 through the opening, back to like right where the opening meets where he was kind of shot. Turns around and goes back. And what's weird about this is blood. And then she starts getting like real zigzaggy. Blood. And then she goes to 3 cats again and comes back again. And then like nonstop. And like there's blood. Like just single drops like every I don't know, 60 yards, 70 yards. Like, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, my dog is just basically like running and finding individual drops of blood. First year, don't know what I'm doing, right? Like, I'm like, she's not tracking the deer, she's just winding blood spots and then going to them. Which was not the case, but like I was so in my head about the baby too that like I wasn't watching my dog right.
Just blink and make the dot.
Yeah,
That's what I call it.
dude, and like I literally told the guy,
blood,
I was like, I'm sorry, dude, I can't check you, dude. I just found I'm gonna be a dad, and he just looks at me and goes, okay. So I just keep doing this over and over again, and then finally we get to this point where she stops doing that. And she gets to, so here's the reed grass, and I'm trying to think about this. There's reed grass here, there's an opening here, and there's woods between the two of it, right? Like, and it's narrow. It's not, I mean, it's 10 yards wide, 20 yards wide. And she's going to it, and there's a big tree. And she keeps checking around this big tree and like continuing straight search behavior. Continue this way, kind of branch that way, search behavior. Like, but that big tree, I was like, she loses the line at that tree. I 100% knew this tree is our marker. So I even brought her back and restarted like 4 times. And she'd go to this reed grass, and like there's deer trails going through that reed grass everywhere. And she'd go to it and like check it, leave it, check it, leave it, check it, leave it. Never would commit to a single thing in that reed grass. So we're at that big tree, me and that guy is. And he's like, I want to check this clearing. He's like, I bet that deer went that clearing over there, and your dog just can't, commit to it and stuff. He's like, I bet you the sun's messing it up or this or that. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird that you think the sun's messing it up. Like, interesting. And the guy hasn't talked to me much the whole track. Like, he's acting like he don't speak English, to be honest with you.
Smart.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
He's not a
No Espanol. No English.
Yeah. So I was like, I hear what you're saying. I said, I really want to check that reed grass because like that's what she keeps checking. Like, she's not checking that clearing, she's checking the reed grass. I was like, I think she thinks the deer went in that reed grass, but she just can't find the entry that it took. So I went around that big tree and like I walked around the edge of the reed grass. And when we ran around the tree, there was actually a very small, you couldn't really tell, opening for a deer trail to go in it. And like she never checked it. Like it was hidden. Like it was like, I was like, whoa. Because I had like a fallen down branch, all this crap. And she goes in it and like blood. I'm like, fuck yeah, we're on it, And like then all of a sudden she's 100 mile an hour, like just zoom, doing all this crap. And I'm like on the phone with Mark. I'm literally on the phone with Mark. And I was like telling him everything. I was like, we're out there for 8 hours, by the way. This is 8 hours into this track. I go, Mark, you need to come out here. He goes, it sounds like you're in a scent pool. If she's running around all wild like that, I was like, no, but the entire track, she's not tracking the line. She's just finding blood randomly. She's not tracking. And he's like, dude, it sounds like you're in a scent pool. I go, Mark, I am not in a scent pool. Literally that moment, Hunter goes, there's my deer. And Mark just bust up laughing. He goes, have your high fives, call me back. He hung up.
We spent 8 hours on one our first year.
Yeah, it was rough. And so here's the next part. Coyotes. Coyotes chased that deer. The back legs were eaten. Probably one of the biggest deer I've found to date. And the guy told me when we were pulling out, actually we find his deer. Now he speaks great English. Super nice. He lived in Ukraine. I don't know, did really well financially at his job, saved all his money, bought a mountain out there. And was doing guided hunts for Americans and Canadians mainly. And he was doing, bear hunting, moose hunting, all these major large animals. And he had tracking dogs. Yeah. And he had wide-haired dachshunds that he never trained, but he's like, they always show me where the deer, where the animal was. And he goes, I never let my hunters track it. I always script a dog. It was a clean line every time. That's probably why he knew the clearings. He's thinking sync. He knew some stuff.
Yeah, he knew more than he thought.
Yeah, and then we were walking out. So he actually went to Italy or France to go fishing with the family, his wife and kids. And while they were there fishing, Russia bombed Ukraine where he lived. And he had to leave his entire family. His whole family was still there. And his dogs, all that stuff. And then he came to America and started working like a 9 to 5 to take care of his family and had another kid on the way. And here I am, just fine in America, thinking like my life's stressed, right? I was like, that's a sign right there that everything's gonna be fine. But on the walk out, he said to me, he goes, your dog, for the first time in a very long time, gave me a reason to smile today.
Yeah.
And I was like,
To watch him work.
yeah, and find the deer. It was a big deer.
Yeah.
It's a big deer, so that's my favorite track. Favorite track ever. And I still talk to him.
Who did your sticker?
Yeah, he did my logo. Yeah, it was actually his sister or cousin or something. But he contacted them. They did it in like Ukraine or something. It was, it's
That's cool.
yeah. And he actually called me for a doe last year, and I tried to send you on it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I was gonna go to it, and I can't remember what it was. We were all set up. And I told him, "Well, just check a little bit more tomorrow morning before I make the drive." And the next day, he called. Yeah, we found it.
Well, he called me. Want me to tell you the whole story? So he called the first night. Was like, I don't know, 7 o'clock at night. It's dark out. He's out there with headlamps. And they cut the bridge down to Howe Island, so you have to go over boulders now, like the size of a car.
Yeah.
And like it was ice all over him. I was like, I'm not taking my dog over there. So I told him, I was like, she's too old. She'll get hurt. I ain't doing that. But you're dumb and you have a young dog, so you're great. You're great for it. And you told him that you'd come out during the day, just not at nighttime.
Not at night, climbing boulders at night, a place I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'll be there tomorrow.
So he tracked her a lot during the night, jumped her a few times, came back in the morning, him and his coworker or friend or somebody, and they tracked her again, jumped her 4 more times, and then finally got a shot on her.
Yeah.
So he said that he tracked that deer almost 4 miles.
Holy cow.
Dude, he's a serious hunter. Like when he was a guide, so like he is very, very good at what he does. Yeah, very, very cool. When is a time? Do you have a track that you messed up or a situation where you messed your dog up real bad? Or you didn't trust your dog? You're like, no, just follow my dog. He's great.
No, we're a team. There's deals. We work together. Man.
It's hard to think about it.
It is hard to think about it. I mean, you kind of cram. Our first season was just so crammed together. We hit adolescence, rut at the same time. I'm trying to still learn. No service to call anybody for advice on tracks.
At least you did.
I don't have that issue because I track in the middle of the city.
No.
I messed him up more than once for sure.
Yeah, I get to call people all the time because I'm literally in the middle of like downtown.
Yeah, I can't.
See you, buddy.
Grub's done.
Dinner's done?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to grab food first?
I don't care. I give me time to think about it.
Yeah. We can hit pause and cut. All right, we're good to go. All right, James.
Yeah.
Do you remember the question?
The time that I've messed my dog up on track.
You still have no
Or
answer.
Just didn't trust him. Yeah, I'm. This year in the beginning, we had some struggles with starting in the middle of the line instead of at his side.
Yeah, most people recommend not
And,
doing that.
Yeah, most people do, and I typically like to start at the hit side, but sometimes when it's like, we shot it up on top of the hill, we got blood down here, it's like, okay, we'll see what happens. And, yeah, he told me I'm going to the hit side, so we went to the hit side. He did a little checking, and turned around, he goes right back down the line, and...
I never
and
had
we
too much of
wanted
an
to go.
issue with Diesel starting in the middle.
I never did last year, but this year, 3 tracks this year, and I got to the point where I was only starting hit side. Wouldn't start nowhere else. And you're doing 4 or 5 a day. I was like, tired of walking.
I didn't track that
Here
much
you
this year.
go, find it, and I point, stand in the way of going back. And he, okay. But, time I messed him up.
Every time it comes out of the truck.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I can't really think of a time that I was just on a real track. Now on a practice track, oh yeah, there's been quite a few times on a practice track that was a blind or something you laid that I've definitely been like,
I do take pride.
here, and you're like, the line goes that way. It's like, there ain't no way.
I take pride in messing people's
Yeah.
dogs up.
A lot of training tracks I've messed him up. But on real tracks, unless Unless it's literally a known blood trail and for some reason he goes the wrong way, I typically just read him when I need to step in, when I need to just follow.
Now, is that because you approach a real track different than a practice track? Or...
Yeah, I would say...
And what is the approach difference in the two?
The approach difference, and I'll be quite honest with it, is when I go into a real track, I go into it as I have no idea. It's a real animal. It's going to do something completely different than anything we can dream up. Whereas if it's a practice track, I'd be lying if there's times I ain't scanning the terrain and scanning and saying, if I laid this line, I'd probably mess with somebody in that creek. So if my dog goes to that creek, I'm going to suspect this or that. And with the practice stuff, I expect a lot of them sometimes to be a lot harder than a real line, in a sense. But, yeah, the real stuff is just kind of, I'm going to let the dog tell the story. That's what I told people this year. Let me drop the dog, and by the end of it, we should have a decent story to tell.
Yeah.
I'll let him tell the story. Let him tell me.
I need to start.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that style a lot more. A lot more. I'm tired of
I just want
guessing.
my dog to tell me the story. I'm not gonna. The only thing I changed about this year, and it was mid-season, that at the hit site or at the truck, if I suspected it to be shoulder shot, back whack, or anything, if you start seeing these signs out of my dog, it's a big possibility we jumped your deer. If you lose sight of me and you hear a pig growing through the woods, we've jumped your deer. And they're like, huh? I said, you'll see. And 9 out of 10. And it's like, and they're like, we jumped it, didn't we? I'm like, yep. So I would started letting them know at the truck on things I suspected not to be recoverable, some of the signs they may see. That way it wasn't, 2 hours in, hour and a half, 2 hours, if that, and 45 minutes in.
You want to know what I told the hunter today? Did I tell you this part yet?
Uh-uh.
I told you. So we show up. It's the hunter's a guy that I knew from riding motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't super close or nothing, but we knew each other. And it's the first deer that he's shot that he has not recovered himself. It's like he's never lost a deer ever. He's new to hunting. He's not been hunting very long. And he crossbow hunts only. Never, I don't think even rifle hunts at all. So he tells me the story. He's, I'm pretty sure it's liver, arrow, everything tells me it's gut. I'm like, dude, you're more gut than liver. Like, I can look at your arrow, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Even though it's a crossbow, you can still, like, there's grit all over that thing. That's not liver. And I was like, he said that he tracked it till he lost blood, which was 60 yards. And then from 20 yards to 60 yards was microscopic blood that, like, was hard to follow. And then he got to that creek and he goes, why am I doing this? Because I can just get a dog. Like, the amount of time it would take a dog to figure this out versus me, like, I'm not spending a whole day looking for blood.
Yeah.
So he started looking in Illinois, I think, and someone was charging a lot of money, and he wasn't willing to pay that for what he thought was a small doe, and it ended up being a button buck. But he remembered I did it, so then he calls me, he goes, hey, are you willing to drive to Illinois? I'm like, yeah. yeah. It's like,
I
just
had a call 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm on my way.
Yeah, I was like, just gas money, man. He goes, okay, cool. So I get out of the truck, and everything he told me, so no grid search, nothing past last blood, just like, it's a dream.
Line.
It's a clean line, right? And I go, if everything you tell me is true, we'll be standing over your deer in 10 minutes. 45 minutes later, we're standing over his deer.
I don't get timelines. We'll follow the
know what's
dog
funny?
until he tells us we're done.
That first line, when she was 35 yards away, and we were 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I did one track with Feline this year. It was a joke. Eric calls me, hey, my buddy shot a deer. You want to track it? He'll let you track it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, where do you want me to meet? I go meet him. We go down. He said, well, I rode my e-bike to it, so we're going to have to walk. It was like almost 2 mile walk back here. And he's questioning me. The buddy is questioning me.
Yeah.
Of course, Eric's going on. Dude, this is the best thing you're ever going to see. This is so cool. Blah, blah, blah. We get there, and I was like, ooh, that's a lot of blood. Like, this is... I set Feline down, and they said, how long do you think it'll take you to get there? I'm like, about 2 minutes. Just joking. 2 minutes, 33 seconds, she was standing over top of the deer. And he, how'd you know? I was like, I was talking I was just talking crap. I said, dude, you'd see how long it took me to get this dog to track. You'd be like,
Yeah.
that was cool with her. I had a lot of fun with her.
She was
She was different. She looked good. She's been on 37 tracks with her handler. I recovered some known, at least six known with her. Put her on a few that I had to pull Martin out to put Martin on him, and he even in the beginning struggled a little, and then he took me a good ways to a point where he was just showing no signs of anything less. So I went back, got her, dropped her again on known blood once Mark showed me blood, and she's same spot he went, checked all over. It's the same response out of her. So
I didn't drop Diesel behind Emmy too much this year. I think it was 2 or 3 times at most. No, and probably should have done a little more. I wouldn't have left as many deer in the woods. That one deer for sure we would not have left, and that was the one that Emmy, she made a left turn. I'll never know why. The only thing I can come up with is like that was literally like the first like rut deer we were tracking.
yeah.
And I think that's the only explanation I got was her new to rut. I think Diesel would have found that deer. I really do. The other one I left, no one suspected it to be dead. I actually had to tell the hunter he canceled on me. Like he booked me, and then like an hour later he canceled on me. I was like, dude, I'm telling you, this deer can be dead.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't think it's dead. I'm like, dude, like this is possibly a dead deer. Like, like let me come out here and try. And so basically, like he shot it here. Deer goes straight up a hill, and there's like it's a subdivision hunt, subdivision deer, whatever. But there's houses all right here, and each house the fence ends here, but their property goes into the woods, and we're on their property already, and like we're getting up to their fences, and like dogs are at the fence barking at Emmy, and Emmy didn't care. Like surprisingly, I think because we couldn't really, I could see them, but I don't think she could see them. I don't know. We were still, let's say, 50 yards away, 40 yards away, but I could see eyeballs with the light. And like she keeps taking me the same way, and I stop, and I'm like, the hunter's not with me. He's staying back there. So I go back to the hunter. He had his elderly dad with us, who couldn't really walk well. I didn't think I want to leave him in the woods. I was like, dude, if we don't have permission up here, like I can't continue. Like I was like, I can push her in different directions, but like I don't see any reason to think your deer's dead. We have found blood clots, like. We were finding blood clots, steady blood, and blood clot. Like, that's what we're finding. I was like, but like I don't know. And he's like, yeah, push her this way. So I pushed her up this way, nothing. So we called the track. Well, that deer went up onto that private property, came back onto his neighbor's property that we had permission on, and then died at the creek. I think it said 200 yards from his stand on the neighbor's property that we had permission. But we never checked over there. I never ran the dog over there. I never did nothing over there. We only ran that fence line and then checked this direction.
Why would you go that way?
We hit a property line.
Yeah, I mean, you were following the line, and you're like,
Yeah.
How do you know if it went to the right, left, straight from the property you couldn't go on? You just.
I think I think from the future going on, being in an urban environment, and our parcels being so small that we can actually work. If the parcel's small enough, I'm going to run the entire edge next time. Because we're not looking at, these aren't 140 acre lots or 50 acre lots or 80 acre lots. I'm looking at like 3 acre lots. Like.
Our first season, we had that big buck that had the 3 points coming off of his brow tine.
Mm-hmm.
We started him, tracked him we got permission. This is also permission. Oh, dude, we're on camera. This guy, he's are we still in good? He's like, yeah, we're still in good, but we're going to have to walk around his property. So there's a blacktop road. We walked around, started Martin. This is his first season. He was a pup. He looked good. He was rolling pretty good. We rolling. We ended up in a new subdivision area, like dirt and stuff. Big old buck track. We're like, give me him. We follow. We went along with it. No blood since that property issue. So we walked back, and I'm like, can we try to get permission? Like, just go ask him. I guess, and he goes down, he's like, he actually gave us permission. We started marking. Went right through that guy's property, right back on the line, blood confirmation. Well, But because I took him around, we ended up going for 400 or 500 yard walk, if not more. On who knows? I pulled him off, and it was the next available deal there in the rut to follow, I guess.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've been like, if there's a property gap, I want to stay as tight to that property gap as I can. If I got to go to the other side of it, I drop a pin on my Onyx, I drop. And it still doesn't help you, but it can a little bit to get the other side to try to line them up.
I told you what that one hunter did to me. He had a property gap. So he took blood from one side of it and put it kind of in line. He's like, this is where I think the deer went over here. So, and before he could let me know that he did that, Benelli locks on and takes me on a goose chase.
She's like, I got blood.
Took me all the way down the Mississippi River. I let her swim off, cool down, and I'm like, okay, this ain't it. This ain't where this deer went. Walked her back up that line, and she snapped way at the other end and took us. That's the one I called you with the drone. And we ran out of property. It was subdivisions, block.
I had a lot of goose.
And by the way, the drone didn't find it.
Nope. We found like 42 does, no bucks. Like,
I found one dead deer with a drone this year.
I had a guy call me.
thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
I had a guy call me and asked if I come track. Said, yeah, he was like an hour and a half away. We're on the way, and he calls me frantically. Hey, man, it's starting to rain. Do I need to go get my blind and cover the blood up so that your dog will have something to track? And I said, no, you're good. Like, it'll be just fine.
That and the arrow. That's another one I got. I got that today. Did your dog need to smell the arrow before you start
I had a
tracking?
guy pull out a sandwich bag with blood on the lead. And like, here, I made sure I saved some blood on the lead so your dog's got some.
So I have a buddy, and I highly doubt he watches this. If you do, I'm sorry for making fun of you. He's really, really into hunting. Like, seriously into hunting. And he killed a really nice deer this year, actually. And he's got a yellow lab. You know how those lab guys are. Like rides in the truck everywhere. Like it's his best friend in the world. And he takes it to find his deer. Like, he bought a lead and everything like that. He posted the first track that dog ever did on YouTube, and I watched it because I'm curious, right? And he did what all of us do, walking behind his dog. Find it. I'm like, holy cow, dude! Like, I was bad, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I've ever heard someone that bad in my entire life.
Auctioneer with a dog on a lead.
And like, I don't ever tell him anything because like he knows what I do, and like he'll call me if he legit. I guess on that one he called me and asked for advice beforehand, like on wait times and all that. And he listened to my advice and found the deer real easily. It was a liver shot buck last year, and it was a nice buck last year too. And it ended up going like 220 yards.
For a bottle since I got down here.
We might have one around.
Red cup over there on the.
Bring me one of those.
Yeah. The deer only went like 200 yards because he did the wait times, right?
Yeah.
But this year, crap, where I was going with that. He ran his dog. Oh yeah, that's what it was. So he's one of those guys that do Facebook stories and all that kind of crap, right? Instagram stories and all that. He's big on all that. So he's doing all these videos and uploading it and stuff. I just shot a monster, and I think I seen it go down, but I'm unsure. I'm gonna give it a couple hours. I'm gonna go with my dog, let my dog track it, and I'm gonna let her smell the arrow so she smells the blood. And when she smells that blood, she'll know if it's dead or not. So if she's excited when she smells the blood, I know it's dead. I just watched it, was laughing like, all right,
No, it was that easy.
yeah.
Dang, what was Evie smelling yesterday? She had a whole flock of dead ones.
Dude, I've offered to help train him and his dog like 10 times because he just wants a dog for himself. And yeah, he's a busy man though. He owns his own company and crap. So yeah, cracks me up. But we were all new.
Yeah.
It's so fun, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
when I started out, I was
You didn't have a real start.
I was
No.
dragging a hide,
Yeah, you never had a rough start.
and then I got connected with you all.
Majority of us mess our dogs up and then have to fix them.
Yeah. That's why, me and Tom were talking, even with my dog's messed up like a soup sandwich right now. But Tom's dog's doing great,
Yeah.
He's got that insight from training Bear.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going on the right track after Benelli. I don't know, yeah. But I think it makes it easier on dog number 2 because you know not to make the mistakes that you made on dog number 1, which you had good good company, like, you know,
Yeah.
telling you this is
There-
what you should do and this is what you shouldn't do. To, you know, you didn't use the dog bone tracking deal.
Yeah.
Stay away from that. Yeah, oh yeah.
And then I was, man, he was tracking and of course, I got a hold of him. Funny backstory was like, we had pits. My wife loved her pits.
I was
started
so
watching
nervous that day we
I
met.
started watching dog bone stuff, and like, man, I want to get a Catahoula. I don't know why. First it was some deer stuff I'd seen. And I was like, man, I want to get a Catahoula. So I had one lined up, backyard breeder, get a phone call. The whole litter died. I'm like, okay. So I told the wife, I was like, I want a blue tick Camino. She's like, nah, we live in town. And the only thing you could have was a lab. Okay. So like a week later, I had a down payment on it and everything. Well, then it was everything lab again. Because when I was a kid, it was everything lab. Then I got out of the labs into beagles. It was everything lab. So anything I could find, and dog bones what I come across. I had the hide already ordered, a couple of bones. Everything was at the house for the puppy even got. Started all that, YouTubing, deer tracking dogs, and most of it was just his stuff and a few other stuff that.
Yeah.
Or real tracks, but nothing on
Yeah,
training.
real tracks,
Yeah.
and to me it's just like, oh, cool, they must have drugged the hide, and now their dog's good. So I started that, and then I don't know how, somehow United Blood Trackers came up, and so I'm trying to get in and trying to find somebody. I didn't understand all that. I was so green to them. Man, you got to become a member before you can do this or that. So I just paid my members. I knew nothing about it. I just paid to be a member.
Yeah.
Do you want to be on the map? Absolutely not. Not right now. I don't even know my dog will track. I don't know what I'm doing. And Eugene, I sent an email. Look, just got a dog, need help, blah, blah. And I believe it was Eugene.
Yeah, it was Eugene.
Eugene
It was in the
calls
group chat.
and talks to me a little bit and said, I'm going to get you in contact with me. And he gets me in contact with TJ.
Yeah, well, he posted the group chat, and I was the first one. I had sooner availability to run with you than Mark or Tom.
Yeah, see, all I know is I talked to Eugene and then I talked to you. I got a phone number. Hey, call this guy. I'm at work. I'm so excited. I'm calling him like, hey, and he's like, so then I started talking to him. I'm like, yeah, so, you know, I've always wanted a tracking dog and a shed dog. We got these pit bulls. They don't track. We're not tracking dogs. Blah blah blah. And he goes, really? I'm like, yeah, they're hog dogs. They're made for gritty stuff, not tracking. And I was like, so. Kind of explained to what I was doing. He's like, yeah, hey, could you meet me here? Like, I have no idea where that's even at. And it was like an hour and a half. I told my wife, like, honey, I really want to meet this person. She's like, okay, let's go. I'm like, all right, yeah, we can do. And I show up. He's in this little bitty car.
The Chevy Sonic.
Little bitty car. And I get out and I look back at the video. Your first video was, oh my goodness, I sound like a kid. It's hilarious. But I meet him and he goes, all right, well, I got a double blind here to run that my mentor laid me, and if you'd like to watch my dog work first, and then we'll do yeah. He hops out this old pit bull. I'm like, well, this is a way to make my appearance to the tracking world. He's like, yeah, so pit bulls don't track. Let's see what she does. And we did the whole diesel.
No, she did not. She did not.
Track, and
She didn't do good on that one.
To the bliss, and like you said, should we run or not? I'm saying like. This is weird. Then we go.
That is the.
I restarted her.
strange.
I had to do 2 restarts with her on that one, and twice she was off. The first one I read very quickly. The second one I ran for a ways. I mean, like 150, 200 yards ways, and then I kept on it's like, man, she usually doesn't go this far. Like usually she'll circle back, right? And I'm like, man, she's just not circling back like this. Like, it's like, no, I'm gonna take her back. This ain't making sense. So I finally take her back, and I'm like, as we're going back, he goes, "Is it normal you got to restart your dog this much?"
Well, then we get to my line.
His first day around.
Come in swinging, talk shit on the dog, and then start.
And in my head, I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, I do this drag, and my dog just like flies down it. We're done, and I'm like, I'm aging him 6-8 hours, and this dog's just blowing. It's like it's too easy for him. So. He's like, all right, well, this is hoofs and blood. And I'm like, hoofs and blood? And he starts explaining, like, these sticks, showing me how. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And of course, it's the puppy's what, 9 weeks old, and he puts a bee bag in it, forgets blood, so he walks back to the car.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what I did, all right? I laid the line in an area I'd never been before in bush at the time.
Oh yeah, probably real nice and thick.
Oh, yeah. The puppy's like this big.
Dude, the dog. So we start the dog, and I start stomping the hooves and everything like that. I'm like, all right, cool. I need blood. Like I'm, beginning of the hit site, you're making the, circle and all that crap, right? And I go, I got no blood. So then I run back to the car, and I still have the hooves, and I'm like hitting it on crap as I go. I'll tell it in two ways, right? So I do that. We start Martin. He goes this way. He goes the wrong way at first. He comes back, and then he goes back towards the car, and he's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "That's probably my fault."
That's my walkout.
So after we get him lined out on the actual line, so I start the line. It goes, let's say, to the left, and I'm going, and it just starts getting thicker and thicker and thicker. And I was like, I gotta figure out how to get out of this. So then I backtrack like 10 feet. Then I V out of that.
9-week-old puppy.
First
time ever been on blood.
yeah, and then over a log, through 3 thorn bushes, and then like over to a left, and then I end blood, and I run like 10 feet no blood. Yeah, so it was like blood ended, and then just hoof only for a little ways too. 9-week-old puppy, 300 yards.
Little blue collar.
First time ever running a real hoof, and he smokes the line, dude. I just had to get him past the back track and the V-back. He couldn't figure that out, but like other than that, he smoked the line. I literally left there calling Mark going, Mark, that's the best dog I've ever seen.
The whole time I'm sitting here rolling up the lead in my hand, and so he's like, "Hey man, quit rolling that lead up. Just leave that lead up." I had that little flat thing that he had.
I heard so much stink about helping you too, because I was really new also, and everyone's like, "What can TJ teach James?" Because he's brand new also. So I'm teaching him how to hold the lead and lay hoof line. That's all I just like.
Well, I didn't know any better either. That's how I started.
Yeah.
He was dragging hides, and Tom's my next door neighbor, and I was too scared to ask him. 'Cause I didn't want him getting mad that I was gonna be training a tracking dog.
Yeah.
And
He handed me a couple sets of hoofs, and he said, "Go get you some PVC, old shovel handles or something." I went home, grabbed every broom handle I had in the shop. You're ain't about drilling holes, and I was laying lines every day.
Dude, you laid a lot of lines.
That before I won, I probably laid.
I remember you called me
25,
freaking out.
30 traps.
I never seen the land, okay? He calls me freaking out, like 2 weeks later. He's like, I've run 44 tracks in these 2 weeks. And dude,
until he could fit a harness in the harness.
and he's like, we went 1.4 miles and around 1.2 miles. I'm like, God, James, how much are you doing?
Dog's 4 months old.
dog's got hip dysplasia. We found 3 dead heads and a cow.
So he tells me that
24-hour hoof only.
he tells me he's on the side of this like hill, and it's like I'll never forget this because I can just picture it in my head. He's on the side of this hill, and it's like a straight drop off, and there's a creek below it, and he's trying to run like the middle of this hill. And it's like extremely steep. It's got like a little spot where deer travel, right? Because he wants to be on and off deer trails. He's like, but for some reason, my dog keeps going down the hill in the evenings.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm yanking him back up the hill. I'm like, no, James. I was like, I haven't learned much, but I know scent doesn't stay. I didn't know enough to really explain everything to him. I just said, I know for a fact that if your dog's near the line, just follow the dog.
We took our one.
And that's when I talked to Mark, and Mark goes, I need to talk to James. I go, okay.
So I met Mark, I believe it was, after meeting you and you showed me, you gave me contact to Billy. Well,
No,
yeah?
I didn't know Billy.
Okay, maybe you did.
No,
You
Mark did.
Mark, you gave me contact to Mark. I talked to Mark. Mark said, hey, there's a guy right there in your area. And that same day, my foreman's like, hey, my neighbor does what you're trying to do right now. Why don't you two get together? And so Mark sends me Billy's number. My foreman sends me Billy's number. I'm like, oh, hey.
Same guy.
Same guy. So then
Yeah.
I started running with them a little bit. And
It's nice to have someone like
it was real nice because we were able to get together out there at his place, up on my old foreman's place.
Yeah.
We could lay lines up there, but really, after meeting you, I was just running lines, just Martin and I.
Oh,
every
dude,
day.
you were laying so
Every
many
day
lines.
we were running lines. Some days 2-3 lines a day.
I remember there being like in the group chat, like
saying, "You guys got to stop training. He's
Yeah.
gonna his dog's gonna quit tracking."
yeah,
He's
everybody
doing
was
so
saying that
many
your dog was
lines."
gonna stop tracking. Like everybody
Yeah.
was saying that.
And then I met Mark. And I believe the only time when I met Mark was when he gave me like a pre-test, right before the test.
The music just turned on.
That's Christmas music.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be in the thing.
He laid me that line. We ran that, and then I went for my one, and I get there, and Tom and Josh Ross was like, "Are you sure you don't want to just like do an evaluation or something?" I'm like, "No, I think he's ready to." Granted, what, a month since I learned how to actually lay a line, a month later, I'm like, I want to test. Luckily, he did good, but yeah.
I think I can turn that down.
Where's it coming from?
There's speakers and intercom to the entire house, and you can section it off however you want to section it off.
Yep. Rumble, foam, home. All right.
Did it turn off?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how we started by dragging that hide, and then that hide became...
Well, how'd your UT1 test go?
One was it was really good. It was funny because they tell you, no turns 10 yards before or 10 yards after the wound bed.
Yeah.
So of course, Tom and Josh was like, "Are you sure you went? That's where I met you."
Yeah, I remember Tom goes, "Why do you want to test so early?"
Yeah, why do you want to? I think he's ready. I mean, we're doing 24-hour hoof only, and he's like, looking like, what the heck is this kid doing?
Yeah.
I mean, by the time I did the UBT stuff, I found Al Sherman and all them, and it was like, hoof only? All right, cool. I ain't got blood. I didn't have blood. For the first 10 months,
we were really
was
pushing
pretty
you.
much hoof.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, you need to get blood. In my mind, it was,
Al
if
Sherman.
the deer's not wounded, then I want my dog to track the wounded scent.
Al Sherman was training Phoebe at the time.
Yeah, and
on
she's around
Facebook.
the
We put
same
him on the
age as
Facebook
Martin.
videos.
Yeah, and I'd watch his videos
And
every night.
he didn't use blood on a lot of it.
Yeah.
And so he was like, well, Al Sherman's looking man.
Yeah, he don't do it.
Which
They
he
don't do
is,
it.
but
So I'm like, I'm hoof only, and I didn't have blood unless I got some from them. The only time we did blood was with these guys. But no, the one was cool. The one we got.
or no,
there,
it wasn't Al Sherman doing no blood. He was doing blood.
He was doing blood.
Somebody else
He
was
always
doing
does blood.
somebody else was doing no blood.
Again. I don't remember who it was, but anyway, I
Yeah.
got on the train. I didn't
Trying to
really
remember
have
who it
blood,
was.
so to me it was hoof only. Didn't have shoes. I just had sticks. I had blisters up and down my hands. I was laying so many lines. One went good. We got there, walked down, did the whole speech. Still, I'm nervous as can be. The lead's all balled up. I throw it behind me. It ties itself in a knot. The leash I walked the dog in on.
What's
Didn't
funny
make it
is
to my
we-
bag. My brother had to pick it up.
We had
Lost
a
the
new
walkie-talkie.
we had that new girl there
Yeah.
that Kayla was working with, and you wind that thing up and
It
you
was-
threw it right into a knot. I said, and that's why you don't wind it up.
That's why you don't wind it up.
And he knew better. We already went over it.
So I knew by then, you stay at the end of the lead, don't
Yeah.
ball it up. But in my mind, it's that stupid flat one he used. So I threw the stupid sucker behind me, started marking, and just followed him. And he came off the line just a little right before the wound bed. So the wound bed was like here, and he's coming in. He did this little loop, and he hit the bed here. And I'm like, no turns. Do we go? And there's a tree right in front of the bed that's arched, a down tree that's an arch.
It was a big tree.
A big tree that's arched, and the bed's right under it. But he hit it coming this way, and we were originally coming this way. And I'm like, and so like, I'm looking the direction. I'm looking this way, just kind of looking. And I look back about that time that pup pulled, and I just, in my mind, I felt like the video don't look at it. In my mind, I just boom, dove under this tree, army crawled real quick, jumped up.
I remember you saying. I'm pretty sure you said something too as you went underneath it, like no one would go underneath this. We didn't go underneath this, and like
So,
I think Tom looked back and smiled real big at us.
I don't remember what it was. I remember saying something. I remember thinking, man, I hope he's right. So I bailed under that, and the rest he basically banged out pretty great and passed the test.
No, yeah, he rocked it.
We get to the end and we're all joking around, talking, everything, having fun. And Tom goes, so glad things worked out the way they did, but I'll tell you something we did. And Josh
turtle?
Ross took blood and just going through the line, he just dumped blood on a turtle and then kept going. And Tom goes, "Did you put blood on that turtle?" He goes, "Yeah, why?" He's like, "This is a test for a puppy. If that puppy takes off on this line, it's not getting counted against them."
That's one of my favorite stories. I love that story.
Blood on a turtle.
That's something I would do, not thinking about it.
Dude,
Stupid turtle.
He's done it to like 3 people. Not always on tests, but like on practice lines, he's done it to like 3 people.
But then Tom's like, "This is a test for a puppy. Like, you can't do that."
It's hilarious.
No,
I
he
love
did
it.
good on that. And then we just trained really hard. Last year was basically hoof only. Almost hoof only for most of our tracks. This year was a lot of blood only. A lot of our tracks was blood only. And it's paid off. Like today there was a spot that was, when we got through it, Tom was like, that was all blood only, just so you know. I'm like, he's like, did you notice a difference in Martin? I'm like, very little. I could see a change in where it was like you seen that he switched one off and switched to the other. Almost like he does in a train change a little bit. It's buried. But yeah, he rolled right through blood only. But right before this season, I was doing 400 or 500 yards blood only.
Yeah, I remember you hit up pretty hard.
Yeah, I was hitting hard blood only. And I was starting to say, like, man, this is getting too easy to lay lines again. All I got to do is just carry this bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I did blood only with Diesel for so long.
But I think the hoof is very important.
Oh, yeah,
Very,
without
very
a doubt.
important. Like, mixing the two is great.
Like, I mean, honestly...
Hunters aren't going to call you if they have blood.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why
Well,
I'm stuck.
I can't say that. That's a vague statement. They'll call you. I've had some that I get there and they're like, this is where we shot it. And it's a rifle at 300 yards.
Yeah.
And it's really 60 yards closer or 70 yards farther than they thought. They couldn't find the line. And there was.
So you don't start your dog right where they said the deer was standing?
No, that's
You
why
can't.
that's why I quit doing what I do. Like,
Yeah.
I used to do the whole sit.
I remember you did a lot of
And
search
then I'd go
command this
to
year.
the hit site and I'd investigate or whatever, and even if I don't, I would point and then free him up, tell him to find it.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of times he'd roll up and start to go and then just throw his head up and look around like, and I said, where's your deer? Where's your deer? Find it, stuff like that. I'm like, and 9 out of 10, after a few circles, oh, hey, it's over here. Or somebody lays you a practice track, tells you, here's your hit site. And I spent 15 minutes out there looking for the hit site, and my dog showed me the line 3 times, but he never would commit because I hadn't told him that's your deer finder.
Really?
He would, boom, head snap, and he'd start going down the line, throw his head up and look at me. I said, come here. And I was looking for, I should have just said, show me. Or should have just, hey, let's see what he's on. But I wanted to find the hit site because it was a double blind. We finally found it, and he rolled to them spots and look at me and go right back on the line. Go to the next spot, look at me like, I done been here once before, you didn't follow.
Yeah.
I remember I went on a double line with you once and then I left after the 2.5 hour mark.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Yeah.
It took us 6 hours.
Yeah, I bet it did.
6 hours to do that line, and looking back, it's like, it was a puppy. You know,
Yeah.
he's a puppy, and there was a lot to it, but yeah, I spent 6, and I wasn't giving up. He's like, if you need help, call
Dude,
me.
I waited for
I kept telling my
calls.
brother, I said, I will not call this guy. He's like, just call him. I said, I ain't got service. He's like, I got service. I'm like, no, I'm not calling him. We are going to find this deer by ourselves.
Me and your brother just wandered around,
Going
played in the bomb
cages, played in
shelters.
the bomb
Yeah.
shelters.
What's
Because we lost him. I don't know what happened.
You were just gone.
Hey, he's got blood here, guys. Come on. And the next thing I know, I look around and I'm by myself on
But
the
you're-
other side of a pond.
It's probably because you have a lap that tracks too fast.
Yeah, at the time, yes. At the time, it was way too fast. He's still semi-fast now.
I don't think he's
but,
that bad. He's not bad.
I can run him without a pinch collar. I ran him today without a pinch collar.
He tracks at the speed that you walk.
Yeah, and that's
That's
for
not
me.
too fast.
So I choked him down during training season for a while till it was slow. After my 2, a few people advised slowing down, so I slowed him way, and it was miserable. And it got to the point it wasn't fun for me to train anymore because I was sitting there. Once he finally slowed way down, I was just,
Yeah, I just want my dog to
let's
track at my
go.
speed.
Like, find this deer and let's rock. Like, took me 15 minutes to lay it. It should take us 11 minutes to get to the end of it. Let's go. Not.
Yeah.
And a lot of times he'd go pull, and then he'd pull off, and he'd look at me like, can I just go?
Can hook me.
Yeah, can you just like, hook me? Like, this is stupid. So
Yeah.
yeah, we did a lot of training on this season of slowing down, showing sign. I wanted him to show blood better. I got tired of the whole in and go like show me the
Dude, yeah.
blood,
So,
dude. Show me the blood.
like, I remember Ruka so much, right?
Yeah.
We went on a real track last year, and like I feel like I'm behind Ruka, especially like last year's training season, a bunch, like a whole 2 years ago training season, but like a whole bunch. That like I feel like I can read that dog, like I can run that dog, like I can read this dog. And then we went on a real track. It wasn't dead. And Mark's like already ran like 3 lines. He's still working because the guy thinks his deer's dead. I'm like, dude, that deer's not dead. And Mark's like, he keeps going. But anyways, we're walking behind him. He goes, you see that? She showed me blood. I'm like, no, I did not.
She's a hard read.
And like, so then he starts pointing it out, like he does in real time. He goes, look, blood. And like, literally, you would have thought like she was just, yeah. It's almost like she's just like walking and like does that. It's so quick.
Yeah.
During practice, it's not that quick. Like, I mean, how much more excited are the dogs? All that kind of crap.
Right.
But yeah, I was like, golly, I was like, I can't run your dog. Like, I thought I could legit like go pick a dog up and be like, cool, now I just upgraded to a 2-year better dog, 3-year better dog.
Yeah, there are a few dogs. It is kind of fun. You run behind so many that there's a lot of them that I watch. Sometimes it's like, I just want a day to run that dog. Just give me that.
Come grab my dog.
Let me run that dog. I want to just.
Come grab my dog.
Well, third person, you can see so much more than when you're right behind it. That's why, like, times it's fun to have, hey, you run Martin, and I can watch from a distance.
Benelli showed him.
Yeah, I ran Benelli one time, and
I was like, she's going to take you for a loop.
and
She did. She cocked off the line. I'm like, she's going to mess with you. And she did. She drug him over here.
Well, I made her mad because she was, what was it? She was going fast or something, and I was like, okay, so I pulled a Martin on her and just kind of gave her a. And she said,
I looked
okay.
at him and I'm like, you shouldn't have done that.
Because he was going to shut down at first. And
Don't
then I
upset
did
her,
it.
okay?
She was like,
Yeah.
She did too. You can, like, she looked at me and went back to work. And when she did, it was like you could see the attitude.
Yeah. She just kind of bowed up. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, this is it. She did. She took him over to a water puddle, played around and that.
I'm sitting there like, if this is Martin, I'd already get back to work. But I'm like, I don't know how B operates. So
I warned him.
And he's just laughing. He's like, so what are we doing now? I'm like, well, your dog. Well, you're running it. So what are you going to do?
Yeah. That's why you were so spoiled with Martin. Because Martin's like that tracking's, that's what that dog does.
Yeah, he loves it. Well, it was in.
Yeah, we had to learn how to work our dogs. You just had to learn how not to be an idiot behind your dog.
Yeah. And the imprinting for him, I mean, it was basically off mom's tit and at home.
Yeah, that wasn't for my dog. Was that for B?
Imprinting
No,
started there.
it wasn't for
B
B.
didn't know anything about it until like 9 months. Well, I ran her on the first real deer.
Yeah.
And then I talked to Tom, I'm like, what do I need to do? It's like, maybe I might try to test. It's like, well, get you some poles and get some blood and tamp around. And then I bought that dog bone thing and really messed it up.
Yeah.
And then I went back to Tom because he knew better than anything else. And then I'm like, all right, Tom, you were right.
Tom is great to talk to.
Yeah.
Imprinting is the most important. Like that Chessie we just did, I didn't get her until she was 6 months old. So a lot of the imprinting stuff, normally your imprinting is between 10 and 4 months is like the first stage in my opinion, and then 4 to 6 is that really fine tuning some of that and really putting structure to it.
I think a puppy around that age will track a test better than they will after their first or second season.
I agree.
I do too. I think
Hands down.
There's something about at that age that it's their imprint. That's all they know. They're
Dude,
like, this is all that matters. I do this. You do it when they're a year and a half, and they've had a few real, and they're like, hey, there's a squirrel turd. Let me go check it. Versus when they're a pup, they're like, you don't check nothing but this thing.
yeah, it's
It's like Evie. I mean, Evie was lights out on everything I dropped her on when she was a puppy.
Yep.
Like, she was just phenomenal. Now look at her.
I haven't ran a practice line yet this year.
Yeah, I'm ready to see her running. Well, I hadn't either. That's why
I'm not.
ran that one the
I was
day
going
before.
to try to this weekend, but then I got a real track, and I'm like,
I was the last time I hit set hoofs out the thumb, I get a call. Hey, you want a doe? I'm like, yeah. Okay, bring Martin out. I'm like, okay, on the way. Cool. I ain't got to lay a track.
yeah.
We're running Sunday, if you guys want to come down. Yeah, we're running. Probably down by Robertsville.
I'll see. I mean, well, I have to work this Saturday. I don't know. I'll see what happens. I got 2 whole hides in my freezer. I got to thaw out, cut them up. All kind. I got to go get that blood too, because I got maybe.
I might be getting blood on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Are you-
I'm going to be
Might.
meeting you sometime.
Right. I got to drop my bucket off, and then I'll be getting 5.
My father-in-law is doing some butchering on Wednesday, so we'll see.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
We can call us at any time too. I can always give you more questions. What time is it? It's up to you, bud.
I ain't got a clue how far I am from home. I'm somewhere in the city right now.
We're about an hour and 20 minutes.
From home?
Probably close.
An hour.
Because it was an hour and 15 for Billy and them to get to.
Chesterfield.
No, they met me at the Illinois line on 270.
Today?
No. When we went to that birthday party.
Oh, whose birthday
Ray Houlihan.
He's the one that makes the shoes.
party? Oh. Yeah, I got them shoes. Or no, he makes.
The metal
butt
ones.
braids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did the sticks pretty much all first season, and I bought a pair. Mark borrowed me a pair, and I found out they were Mary Wilson's,
Mm-hmm.
and they broke. And I was like, oh, that's sweating. So I ended up buying 3 sets. Billy then wanted a set, I wanted a set, I wanted to replace hers. Well, I rebuilt, fixed hers, I'm still using the ones I broke. Bought a brand new set, but that changed how far I laid tracks. I went from laying pretty far tracks so once I got the shoes, all of a sudden you look down and you're 1,000, 1,200 yards in, you're like, oh crap, I need to be finding a place to end this line.
Yeah.
And if you're on conservation, it's like,
No, when
I don't
you're
want to end near a road.
when you're on the sticks, you're like 100 yards in. Like I'm
Yeah,
good 500
like,
yards.
Okay, let's see, there's gonna be a turn here and a turn there, and we're done.
Yeah.
Once I got the shoes, I was everywhere. Well, I laid some lines there at Quiver, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use this hillside, learn how to do scent stuff a little from you, and we're doing a hillside. I broke my ankle so many times going over that hill. I was like, this is stupid. I gotta get the sticks back out. But then I started realizing you can still lay lines on hillside. You just gotta figure out how to walk.
Yeah, it's different one.
Yeah.
First line on them buck braids, look like a newborn calf. like girls in high heels, I'm like, how do they do this? I'm out here
I twisted my ankle so many times.
Out of anybody, I thought you'd have the most experience.
No, sometimes. Well, when I need a couple extra dollars, I really get into it. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's funny. Yeah.
OnlyFans is Josh at. No.
You know what's really funny is I really try to study how to lay extremely hard lines, and then I don't think I've ever laid Diesel a hard line as hard as I've laid for other people.
It makes it more fun that way.
A lot of times I'm the crash dummy. Hey, I got a line I'd like you to run. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Sounds like I'm getting ready to be.
We were at one. We was on a line. My wife came with us, and he's over there. He's just. I can tell he drunk on. He's over there bouncing. I'm just like, okay, whatever. We're all rolling.
Dude, he's so
I
confident.
done hoof on me so much, and so the Mark just rolling, and then he goes into search mode, and then he'd show me blood, and then he'd go a little, and go to search mode, show me blood, search mode, show me. It went from tracking to searching, and then show me blood. He'd
This is
go
the short
off,
version.
Come off line, come back on, show me blood. Come off line, go back, show me blood. I'm like, we're advancing, and then he hits a tree and starts heading back towards the road. I'm like, cool, we're back on line. He's rolling pretty good and gets to a tree, and he yells, there ain't nothing down there, I didn't go down there. And I'm like, oh crap, this is tracking behavior. So I call Mark back up. He said, what do you think's going on? Oh, scent pools, I'm talking all kinds
He's
of
giving me all kinds
I'm
of
giving
reasons.
him all the stuff. Well, we just went through a scent pool, blah, blah, and he's like, okay, I'm like, let me see what it does here, and I restart him, I think at the bed again. He does, boom, 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 goes straight back down that tree again.
Yeah, he went up top to right that one time.
Yeah, he did go. He took a right, took a pretty good line for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, this look a little better, and then he just threw his head up. And I'm like, that ain't right. Take him back. All said and done, he had went, to my understanding, he went so far to a bed with hoof, and then after that was only blood only, and then nothing. There was no reward, there was no nothing, and we're out here just grinding.
Hey, not every deer we
Find
track
this
for is
deer.
dead.
Yeah.
We are well, when it was all said and done, I was like, what happened down there? He's like, oh, well, I did walk down and walk out. So when Mark got to the point where there was no hoof, no blood,
Tracking TJ.
well, TJ's part of the scent profile. He went that way,
He
so
did,
let's
he
go.
did.
So he kept taking me, and he kept saying, there's nothing down there, nothing. And he's getting, he's laughing,
Dude, Mark, he's over there.
Man,
He goes, there's a scent pool, you did this, you
I
did
look up
that.
at my wife, and she's just looking at me, shaking her head, and I'm like,
Because she
knows something.
so I was walking with her, right? And she's being real quiet, and everyone talks highly of Martin. Martin's a great tracking dog. And he got off a few times and stuff, and we brought him back, and she's like, you could tell she was like, what's going on with this dog? Because everyone talks so highly of this dog. And I go, I'll tell you, but you can't tell James. And she's like, what? I said, there's no end to this line. Like, there's no hoof at the end. There's no height at the end. Like, the line just stops.
Just done.
Yeah, and she goes, what? I go, it's a live deer. I said, if James would slow down and look at the beds, there was bones in the beds to give him a hint.
But we was just like,
It's a practice track.
Let's
Bed.
and I'm good. That's a bed.
At the hit site, I threw a whole like bone like this big at the hit site to try and give him a
And
hit.
that was when I was still setting him and calling him to the line.
Yeah.
If it's a known one now, I bring him within 2-3 foot of it and I put him in place. And he's got to sit there and soak it up for a little bit versus calling him in. And I found it's helped some.
Yeah.
Because he was coming in, nose in that hit site. He would come in so hot and heavy that he'd hit that hit site, pull just a little, and start rolling out. When I make him sit or place near it, then he's kind of gonna, and I've noticed you'll almost see him, you're watching, you'll see him start leaning down the line. And then I let him go, and he's a little better. Today, he took off like a freight train. Yeah, that lead hit the 30-foot, shoot, and out my
When's the last time he tracked?
A training track or just a
Just
track?
in general.
Oh, over a month ago.
So yeah, so
He
he had
was
a
all
month.
pent up. He was ready to go.
He knew, like, as soon as he was sitting there, and Tom gave it away. Tom goes, well, typically the flag's supposed to mean a hit site, but that doesn't always mean that that's the hit site. As soon as he said that ain't the hit site.
Yeah.
So I told Martin, instead of find your hand, I just said, show me. And he was waiting. Show me. And he's leaning, and he was still like, you gotta say the magic word. And I said, free. And he went to that flag, did like a quick circle on that flag, shot over about 6 foot or so to the right, and then he was locked.
Yeah.
And then it was like less than 60 yards, and he started digging. I'm like, what is he doing? Digs up a hoof. Digs up a hoof box. And I'm like, give it here. Leave it. It's not it. No. Get back to work. Oh, that thing was off.
Oh, I guess we're done.
Cool.
And we're done.
So what happened?
That was, I couldn't, I liked it. Never got him to restart after that hoof. And so Tom, and in the spare of the moment, it was so soon in, Tom says, what do you normally do when there's a distraction? I was like, normally the distraction's a coon or a possum or something, and that's all it takes. And he goes right back to work. He's like, well, what do you normally do when you need to reset him? And I'm like, set him down, restart. Everything left my mind for a second.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, and he's like, well, this is what I would do. And da-da-da-da. And so I just, okay, Tom said, Martin sit, pet it up on him a little. I go out and I start searching for some more blood on my own. And he's like, look at your dog. And Martin was like this on the hoof. While I'm out searching, Martin was sitting there watching me like, where the fuck you going? Why are you interested in something over there? What are you doing? But I was like, I knew it was a bullshit track, so I'm like, he's probably put a 90 here, a backtrack, anything. I don't want it, and I did it more than once, not even realizing. Martin, here, check, check, check. And I pointed in ways to check. Luckily with him, he don't roll. He rolls a little ways and comes back. So he'd go the way I told him. And finally, ding, 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 hey, dumbass. I'm like, hey, I want to go restart him at that blood over there. And they were like, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And then Tom's like, and I take
Routine,
that hoof, put that hoof in your back pocket. Okay, so I got a hoof in this pocket. Well, yeah, I had a hoof in this pocket, a hoof in this pocket. I had so many hoofs hanging out of my body. Mark would come to me every now and then, just kind of give me that look, like I know you got them. Back to work. So yeah, it was fun, but everything lost my. Everything I knew to do and would do on a real life track if something like this happened.
I have to get
real life track. I would be like, oh yeah, hey, let's restart him in this blood. Let's do a downstay over here. I don't. But in the training, it was just like, okay, leave it, get back to work. And he was like, I ain't getting back to work. Why did he not get back? And then at the end, it said that first hoof and the last hoof were the hoofs they used to lay the line. The ones throughout there were not the same hoofs. And by the third time, when I said leave it, he went and just kept on rolling. He like rolled the hoof, gave it a look, and rolled on.
Yeah.
The hide, he was pretty sure we were done at the hide. And luckily, I turned and see a little pile of blood about 6 foot off. Well, the hide's not the end of it, and they just started laughing. So I ran him over to the hide, or took the hide from him, stuck on tree. You leave it. Brought him to that blood, set him down, petted him up a little bit, gave him, I believe, I went ahead and gave him water because I knew, hey, I got to get him to, told him to find it. And he went out, headed towards the blacktop. I'm like, oh, we're going to cross. And then Tom yelled, hey, we did not cross that. I will tell you that much because the cars were flying. I'm like, why is he going? And then he zigged back in, looked at the hide, and went down the line, looked back towards the hide, and all of a sudden started wiggling. And I'm like, I had him just lying. The second time he was lying, getting ready to roll, and he looked back, and all of a sudden he started wiggling. I turned around, and Mark's got the hide doing this stuff with it. I'm like, damn it! And everybody's laughing. I'm like, but I got him to roll out. But yeah, real deer parts that were used for the line definitely got him. I think if it would have been coons, anything like that, I don't think it would have messed with him.
Yeah.
I think it would have been like, ooh, out loud and moved.
I haven't tried with Emmy yet, so I haven't had one.
But Ellie will check coons and possums. I'll let her.
He'll
check it's fine,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he may smell it, but he doesn't sit there if I put it in a tree like, let's do it.
Yeah.
But the deer leg to him,
That's the reward.
it was the reward.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
So,
we ain't done this in a while.
I mean, how many times have you had a hoof walk out of your shoes?
Never.
Seriously? Dude, Diesel.
I never had lost one. People always talk about losing.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, a lot of times I only use one. Because that's all I have.
Yeah,
If I put shoes on, it's one hoof.
I know I can get Diesel to leave a hoof, even if it's the hoof for the track, without a problem. A hide, I'd have to put it in a bag. And we'd have to do a proper restart. It'd be
I
hard.
messed up, too, because I grabbed the hoof, and I'm like, this isn't the end. And they're all looking at me like, is it? Is it not? I'm sitting here like,
You
bro,
laid
I
it.
know I'm sitting here getting ready to push my dog to do all this stuff, and that was the end of the line.
Yeah, you're thinking of me.
I'm sitting here like, man, I'm running through everything. Like, what do I do here? I'm like, the line's got to keep going. So I stuck it up in a tree, and I'm like, leave it. Get over here. Sit.
Yeah.
Well, then I realized I set him downwind of it, and it's sitting in the tree, and I'm like, man, I'm doing everything wrong right now. Now what do I do?
One of the first lines that I laid for Mark, well, not first, but probably like, the first month of us running lines together a lot, we laid it right at sunset. We had no headlamps. We met to lay them, and I walked, 60 yards across the field, walked into the woods, and it just became a bush. It just became thick. And we have no headlamps, no lights, no nothing. And I'm like, just getting ate up with thorns. And I was like, all right, here's the end. And I apologized to him. I said, I'm sorry for your track tomorrow. He's like, is it that bad? And I had my cousin Montez with me. He's like, I don't think your dog's going to figure it. Like, that's so hard. Like, I don't know how you're going to get it. It was 65 yards long. And I'm like, Mark, it's not a track. Like, I'm sorry. And then, like, the next day we go and we run it. And, like, he literally gets the end. And, like, the hoof's there. He goes, is that the end? I said, I apologized yesterday. I will continue apologizing. Like, I felt bad you brought your dog out here for this.
I thought I was like Mark one day, and he's like, yeah, he's like, I'm all for training, I'm all for running lines and stuff. But he's like, I kill it. TJ runs me a line again. He's like, I ain't getting paid to go through this crap. He said, if I'm not getting paid, I'm not going through that stuff. He said, y'all do what you want to do. Because at first, TJ would lay me some lines. I started noticing it would get a little more rougher and rougher. And so I'm like, man, I'm really going through a lot of thorns. He's got them special pants. And then he put me through a ring. I said, okay, I think I'm pretty good enough friends with this guy now. I'm putting him through it. And I stuck him through every wire branch on that property.
Remember we brought Sammy? I was carrying her through the thorn thicket so Sammy didn't have to go through it. We were laying his line.
I just walk, man.
I'm like, you know what? He put me, and I put him through every thorn bush. I got a pair of pants in my shop to this day from one of your lines that there's so many cockroaches on it. You can't even tell they're jeans anymore. They're just sitting in my shop floor. I froze them, beat them off and stuff. I just throw them away. My wife's like, you'll never get them off. Just throw them away. And I'm like, they're Carhartt. I'm throwing them away now. They're just in my shop floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark will call me, and I'm like, I can lay you a line. He goes, only if I don't have to bend over when I walk. He's so tired of honeysuckles.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Well, the good news is the mic's still going, so I can officially end it. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
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 How do we find you?
Yeah.
Oh, how to find you?
How do I find you? Yeah.
Facebook. If you want to follow our tracking stuff. If you're looking for a tracker, go to.
If you're looking for a tracker, contact me. James is not important.
Yeah.
Or me, yeah. We can cut him out.
Yeah, we ain't worried about that.
When they get done, we'll bring Mark out and we'll find him. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe, depending on Emmy.
Depends on if it's a bow shot or a rifle shot, apparently.
Yeah. Depends if I trust my dog that day.
If not, we'll run it down with Evie. We'll push her out the truck.
If you didn't hit it at all, we'll bring Evie. She'll find
It might be the deer. It might be the neighbor's deer. We're finding something.
No, Facebook is our Rest Easy deer tracking page, and then we're on United Blood Trackers map, Missouri Blood Trackers map, and now we're part of the Illinois map. So
I need to join them. I just need to pay the fee. I feel bad. I always tell Marissa I'm going to, then I never send the money.
Yeah.
She's probably really irritated with me.
They have really nice training days over there.
We got one coming up in March. I'm looking. It's in my backyard, so it's great for me.
Yeah.
I literally a couple minutes and I'm there.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Now, I don't know if I'll run any lines because they're going to be a little limited.
Yeah, they're in 8 lines. So
yeah, I don't know. I may just
I'm not
follow.
running any.
I doubt I'm going to run more unless she wants to, because.
I'm giving that week. So that's the weekend before the symposium. I'm giving both my dogs a breather.
Yeah. Are you running Evie on 2 at the symposium? Or
We'll discuss that in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I might be withdrawing her from that with what I got going on right now. So,
we'll
yeah.
see.
Hey, it's just a training track.
Yeah. No pressure.
Okay. Where are you going? This deer trail looks nice. I don't know.
You weren't expecting much. She's chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
She melted today. I promise you that.
That's funny.
Well, I probably need to hit the road, Jack. I figured it's 7 o'clock. I'm old.
Yeah, I need to get them dogs. They've been out.